And immediately a firework goes off as soon as I unmute us and get started. Welcome everybody to tonight's episode of Roll Call. This is a brand new campaign. This is Roll Call Hope. And we got all sorts of fun new people and a couple returning people tonight. We got BB and Cody Virtues, Pint Size Fun, Empire, and Hunter. I somehow managed to convince all these people to hang out with me and be nerds for a bit, even though some of them wanted to go to the beach. But this is way cool.
Beach, okay.
Guns out, guns out.
At least I stayed home.
Yeah, and we love you for that. So for anybody who's never played D&D before, D&D is essentially a collaborative role-playing storytelling experience where I, the Dungeon Master, essentially lay out an adventure and control a bunch of fictional characters, and then all of these guys jump in my sandbox of a world and make a mess of it while I try to make a coherent story out of it. So before we get started, everybody just want to say hello and introduce themselves and what you do on the Twitches. We'll start with BB and kind of go down the line as it is on the stream there.
Hi, I'm BB. I do art and a lot of Soulsborne stuff, and I might possibly be getting into horror, but it's really scary, so I don't know. But yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah. Cody, what about you, man?
I'm Cody Virtues, and I stream sometimes, and I do marbles and Twitch things, and play Uno with Pint and Spoon, and a bunch of just random shit for the most part recently.
Yeah. And then Pint.
I'm Pint Size Fun. I play music on Twitch, and I also play Twitch things and video games, and it's mostly with Cody and Spoonerism and Sligo. That's pretty much all I do.
Yeah.
Music.
Pyre, what about you, man? You got
So I'm Empire. Lately I'm addicted to like GTA RP. That's pretty much that's my life now. I live there.
It's true.
What happens?
And last and certainly least, Hunter, who doesn't do anything on Twitch.
Hey.
Yeah, I do this. Like,
But yeah, we got a good group, and I'm really excited to get started. Does anybody have, just before we start, does anybody have any questions about D&D that you have burning inside of you, specifically Empire? Because I know you've never played ever.
What's a D&D?
All right. So it depends on which website you're on. But generally, it's Dungeons and Dragons. And with that, if nobody has any other burning questions or desires, let me start this. I know this is gonna blow everybody's ears out, so give me 1 sec. Because that's real fucking loud. Boom, there we go. Got some music going for everybody. So I'm gonna go and do an intro, and then we'll get started. So for all the players, I know some of you have played in the world before, some of you have not. So either way, for all of you, this will contain new information that will have to do with your beginning and your adventure. So just settle in as I set the mood. All right. So welcome to Ascendia, a world filled with magic and wonder, dangerous adventures, heroes and villains, and of course, Dungeons and Dragons. It is the year 1244 of the Third Age. The reawakening has begun to return with great wondrous magics that had long been lost. After over 100 years of relative peace, the nation-states of Ascendia now feel growing tension as a magical arms race has begun. The world, now more than ever, is full of danger, adventure, and mystery. Enterprising adventurers have begun to rise up, risking their lives for glory and riches. Forgotten ancient evils have resurfaced, and now seek to lay claim to the world. Our story begins in a crossroads city called Keldan, on the continent of Eckhard, located at the center of the borders of the countries Listoria, Asneldur, and Gryden. Normally a city marked by trade, travelers, and diversity, the city is now home to the looming threat of war. The city feels the strain, even in the neutral zone, but the call of fortune draws more and more each day. Ethereum, the concentrated physical manifestation of magical energy, is one of the most valuable resources in all of Ascendia. Now, new veins of Ethereum have been rumored to have been discovered right along the borders of Keldan and the surrounding countries. A few veins have been found already, while larger veins yet have been rumored to exist. If any one nation were to claim the entire supply, there would be a significant shift in the balance of power. Each faction claims to wish to keep the peace and maintain stability, but words can be deceiving. Keldan is now a melting pot filled with ambassadors, adventurers, miners, merchants, mercenaries, smugglers, and thieves. Greed is a powerful motivator, and Ethereum has stoked the flames of avarice. Hope for peaceful resolution is waning. It is the 4th day of the 3rd week of middle fall, and the air is still. It's late in the afternoon, the skies are clear, and the sun is barely peeking over the hills. All is calm, yet you feel a strong sense of apprehension and mistrust emanating from the peoples of Keldan. At the city gates, there's a small line forming, where guards are checking for illegal contraband and ne'er-do-wells. This is where we actually find our first characters. So, Akka and Klee,
Oh shit.
the two of you are in a small line, in a small line entering Keldan. Ahead of you, you see what appears to be 3 security guards at the gate. 1 human, 1 is a half-orc, and 1 is a dwarf. It appears that each one of them is checking people individually, like triple checking, as people enter and exit the city. There's a human couple ahead of you, elderly couple, that kind of get quickly like looked over and given the go-ahead in, as another small elderly couple in front of you, apparently farmers, are now being checked. Behind you, there is a large Goliath with what appears to be her child. But Hunter, do you want to describe what Klee looks like?
Sure. So you see a thin humanoid figure. He has claws, wings, and the face of a bird. He is adorned in a kind of homemade leather of an animal that you probably can't quite pinpoint. Around his neck is a long, dirty yellow scarf that is embroidered with a lustrous platinum-colored thread. Tightly wrapped around it is a gold chain with an emblem of an eagle on it. His feathers are a deep red and black, especially around his neck and head. His eyes are a glossy red with bright white irises encircling the pupil. Surrounding his eyes are the pigments of his skin, darker than the rest of his body, and the feathers become almost like black. And it gives his eyes a kind of painted look.
Very good. Awesome job, by the way. Akka, Empire. What does
I
Akka
gotta
look like?
follow that.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Okay.
Told you to write something.
My guy looks like a bird. No.
That's pretty much what my description is.
So next to Klee is Akka. He is he's about 5 feet tall, 110 pounds. He's got a hook bill and a deep blue overcoat of feathers with yellow accents kind of throughout. He's dressed in very like simple garbs, very traditionally kind of what a monk would wear. From only the waist down, leaving the chest kind of exposed for the feathering and coloring. He's got long black talons, and it kind of looks like a macaw.
Okay,
So kind of like a hyacinth macaw, very deep blue colors.
gotcha. Very good. Ahead of you, the two of you hear them like, "Is there anything we should know about in the bags before we open it up?" As like the half orc kind of begins like taking a look through their belongings, and no, nothing of note. Just some food in our blankets. And he's like, "What brings you to the city?" "Well, our son is here, and we heard it may be some time until we can see him again, as things are heating up." So, and she's like, "Yeah," and he just kind of moves the two of them along to the next person, and he kind of begins to wave you forward. Now, ahead of you, Cody. Marak. Is it Marak or Marok, by the way? Do you prefer
Marok.
Marok, from your standpoint, kind of looking up at these people ahead of you, they look like giant bird people. Probably have never seen them before, given where you're from. You might have seen a couple, but certainly have never interacted with any. And kind of holding your hand as if you were a child beside you is your big sister, Mara. So, Cody, what do you look like?
So I'm a little guy, look like a little child. I'm about 3'2". I'm in some kind of worn down clothes, like some just basic rags that are kind of baggy and don't really fit me too well. I do have a hood up, and I am wearing a mask that has like a kind of poorly painted smiley face on it. Like a kind of just like a white mask with a just like black smiley face, or actually, let's say red, like a red smile.
Okay. Very good. Are you wearing anything kind of like, are you wearing a cloak or anything to cover up your other bits?
Yeah, I mean, I'll say that it's a kind of run down cloak. It's got some like
Okay.
holes in it. It's nothing too fancy, but it's a kind of a cloak with a hood and just tattered clothing.
Okay. And Pint, what does Mara look like?
She's very tall, with red hair, tannish brown skin, with piercing blue eyes, like kind of wearing like Pocahontas looking clothes, like hides and animal skin. And obviously a child
Right.
person with me.
Right. So as the two of you, Klee and Akka, begin to approach the table, the guys, all three of them are kind of giving you odd looks. And behind you, you just kind of see these two odd, like a Goliath with a child, which for some reason looks very out of place. Just kind of walking behind you guys. But as you approach, the three guards give you kind of a strange look. Haven't seen your kind around before. What brings you here?
Well, we're on pilgrimage at the moment. Yeah, so can we cross? Is there something stopping us?
You got anything I should know about? And he kind of puts his hand out for the bag.
Take a look. And I'll open up the bag, and it's nothing crazy, just like some basic adventuring stuff.
Okay. As he kind of like quickly shuffles through it and says, all right, just make sure you keep your weapons to yourselves. They're not illegal here, but violence is. So self-protection only, please. Things are getting a little hot.
Absolutely. You have my word to Avestra.
He kind of looks at Akka and he says, bag. Hold his hand.
So here you are. And I give the bag over and I just kind of open it up and I don't really say much. Pretty
Okay.
quiet.
He's like, all right, thank you. And he kind of passes it on.
Thank you.
And as you guys reach the next guard, same thing. The dwarf kind of just a little more gruff. Doesn't even seem to care. He's like, seems to be very upset that he's having to go through this. When you reach the human, he says, all right, let me see. And he kind of takes a look through. He says, will you be needing accommodations, I assume?
Yes, we will probably need a room.
Is there a bar? Anything nearby?
Yeah, let me see.
Klee, we shouldn't be drinking. We're on pilgrimage.
Well, it's good to relax every now and then, right?
You see him shuffle through like there's a small paper. He's like, well, a lot of places are filling up. People keep coming in. It looks like Carouser's Crossing has some openings. It's a tavern near center of town. If you can continue on down that way, you should be okay. It's right in the middle, kind of near the neutral zone, so hopefully you won't run into too much trouble there. But check there. If not, I mean, there's not a lot of accommodations left. But I'm sure you can find something if you.
That sounds wonderful. Well,
All
thank you for all the help, and good luck with the rest of your work today.
Thank you. And he says, hopefully it won't be too much longer. He looks up as the sun is kind of going down. All right, and he kind of waves to the half orc is kind of at this point waving over you, Mara and Marak.
Tomato, either or.
Yeah. He's like, what brings you to the city? Is this he's talking to you, Mara. Is this your son or daughter? What he's like, is it?
It's my son.
I'm a boy.
Is he?
We are here.
Is he sick? It kind of sounds off.
Yes, he's very sick, and we just we're going to look for a doctor or something, and we're passing through. So if you can just check our things, then we can be on our way.
So, Cody, could you roll me a performance check, and then Pint, could you roll me a deception check? So just roll a d20.
Oh God.
Performance?
Yeah, performance for you.
I got a 7.
Okay.
I got a 4.
He leans in real close. He says, do you have something on you I should know about? Because I'm feeling like you're not being completely true to me right now.
No, nothing. just me and my son. We're just trying to pass through. We're going to find the doctor, and that's it.
Come to think of it, I've never even seen a Goliath so small, and he kind of bends down to kind of look at you, Cody. Morak is as he's like trying to like peer around your mask to see what's going on there.
I reach out to give him like a high five.
Okay. Are you wearing gloves or anything?
Yes.
Good answer.
He's like, what's your name there, son?
It's Morak.
And where are you from?
We're from over there. Point in a direction.
Okay, right. He's like, are you carrying anything? He kind of like holds his hand up for Mara to be quiet. He's like, are you carrying anything I should know about, son?
I got this little guy, and I pull out just a tiny little dagger.
He's like, whoa, okay, you need to be careful. He gives like a disapproving look at Mara. You probably shouldn't let your children be playing with knives.
I was kidnapped once.
Jeez.
Keep it together, Rex.
Yeah, I'm trying. He glances back at Mara and he says, "All right. So I'm gonna be keeping an eye on you, but you may pass." He kind of slides it on to the next guy, and everybody kind of goes through your stuff real quick. The last guy says, "Are you gonna be needing accommodations in town while you're here?"
Yeah. It's
All right.
like in the afternoon, and we need somewhere to go.
All right.
I don't think we're gonna be making our destination by the end of the day.
All right. Well, I would recommend you head down to the Krauser's Crossing. It's a tavern in the middle of town. You should be able to find accommodations there. And if anything comes up, the town does have plenty of guards. He just kind of looks down. He's like, if your child should go missing or something, make sure you contact somebody. He's like, there've been a lot of strange going on, so just keep an eye on your little one, okay?
Okay, he ain't, sir, but thank you.
All right. He just kind of waves you on. So as the four of you enter this town, it's a pretty large for what it is. It's a pretty large city. What you know is there is a central neutral zone, and as this is situated right on the border of three separate countries, there's kind of a section of town in which each of these countries has an embassy that's kind of more private. And you guys kind of are passing through one of the neutral entryways. On either side of you, you know there to be the embassy of Asneldur, and on the left side to be Gryden. The town looks otherwise fairly conventional, a decently well modern for the fantasy setting, a modern city with cobbled streets. It does have lots of buildings, some wood, some are stone, so for some of the wealthier ones, but overall it's, for a medieval town, pretty clean, pretty well kept. And as you guys go down the streets, there are a lot of people going to and fro, but a lot of them just seem to be kind of nervous, looking to and from, just kind of worried that somebody somewhere is going to see them doing something or disapprove of something and jump them.
I have a question about
Sure.
the area that we're in. Is magic like kind of a taboo thing at all, or is it kind of normal in the area?
No, it's pretty normal here.
Okay. Did that guy give me a high five?
No, he didn't. He kind of.
Ooh.
Okay, I would have mage handed myself a high five. then.
Okay. No, duly noted. You just do like one of those.
Yeah.
Nice. So Akka and Klee, you having been a little further ahead, it takes you just following this main road. You kind of stop, ask for directions a couple times, and you manage to find your way to the center of town. And ahead of you lies the tavern.
You smell that? That's fresh ale.
Oh, this is a terrible idea, Glee.
Oh, come on. Always about duty and all that. Just relax a little bit. You have to enjoy this, okay?
All
So
right.
Vestra's orders to enjoy the trip as much as reaching the destination. So just relax.
What would the elders say?
Well, they're not here, so
All right, I'll babysit, I guess.
I guess we enter.
Okay. And ahead of you guys, Mara and Marak, you see the two burb people that were ahead of you kind of turn into this bar as you've kind of been following their lead, knowing that they're heading the same rough direction as you. And so our two bird friends, what you guys see is a relatively normal-looking tavern, largely made of like older dark woods. Inside there is a hearth in the center of the room, kind of providing a nice warm glow to everything. There's a few torches on the walls just to try and keep things from being completely dark in the corners. It's bustling inside. You do see several of what appear to be guards of different races, like both like half-orc, human, a few elves, also some dwarves. On stage, you see performing, and BB, if you want to describe Briar to everybody.
Sure. I am an elf. I am very slender with currently a glimmering amber hair and skin, with my eyes that are piercing light green with a hint of wildness behind them. And while I look young, I carry myself with the confidence of someone well beyond my years. And I'm also wearing leather armor that, with a second look, appears to be made of leaves from the forest floor.
Very good. And to be clear, you guys have probably seen elves from afar. I doubt you've interacted with them much as bird people. But she doesn't look like an elf you've seen before. Something about her stands out as being a little different. You're just not quite sure what. The other two of you, as you enter as well, you see the same thing. With just, there's essentially the hearth lighting everything. And then in the center stage, there's a few different performers up on stage, along with the aforementioned elf that is played by BB. In fact, BB, what are you playing right now?
I'm playing a flute.
Okay. What sort of tune are you playing?
A Happy Merry one.
Okay.
I'm kind of dancing around too.
Okay. Try and uplift the spirits.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Roll me a performance check. Let's just see how
How
uplifted everybody is.
Oh.
Playing.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay.
We'll give
No
you.
whammies.
Real good, real good.
Oh, that's good. Okay. 22.
Nice. Yeah. Everybody is just entranced by your performance up on stage right now. While when you entered, there were a lot of dark faces, but now a lot of them turned to you and seem to be much merrier than before you entered. Spirits are comparatively high. The four of you, as you kind of come in, and a couple of the barmaids are like, are you needing accommodations? And they kind of wave you over to the barkeep, who's kind of an older human male, kind of starting to bald on top, along like salt and pepper beard. He says, "All right, I'll be right with you if you give me 1 second." He kind of shuffles around, and you see him passing drinks to different barmaids and getting things ready. He says, "Sorry, we're busy tonight." And he turns to you, Klee. He says, as he's kind of like pouring another drink, "You'll be needing accommodations, I assume."
Yeah, if you have any available.
We do. We might only have one room left, maybe two. If you give me some time, I can figure it out. How long are you planning to stay for?
Well, we are traveling, so probably just a night.
Okay. Well, if you want to pull up some seats at the bar, I'll be happy to be with you shortly. I think there's at least one other young couple that was vacating their room tonight, so one or two. I'll let you know. Are you wanting separate rooms, I assume, or will you be staying in the same room?
Well, he doesn't do much sleeping, right?
I know. I meditate mostly.
Yeah, so one room is perfectly fine.
I see. Very good. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with bird folk. Will you be needing any special accommodations or anything?
Bugs. I'm kidding.
Millet would be great too. No, it's we made that up.
He looks at you. He can't tell if you're being serious or something. He's like, okay. And he
Although your finest ale would be very much appreciated.
All right. Do you want to start a tab? I can.
Sounds good to me.
All right. And he kind of jots down a note and slides a couple cups down to you guys at the end of the bar there. So Mara and Marak, he same thing. He kind of waves you over. He's like, give me just a moment. He begins helping a few people. He's like, will you be staying with us tonight?
Yeah. We would like to. Please, if
okay.
you have room, please. Yes.
Of course. And he kind of looks down over the bar. He says, is this your, I'm sorry, with the mask, I can't tell. Are you a child or a halfling or?
I'm a little boy.
Okay. Right. Well then, ma'am, would you be liking anything to drink?
Yes, I'll get 2 beers. Yes.
Okay.
2 drinks. 2.
Would you prefer
alcohols.
just one larger one for yourself? That might be a little easier to handle.
No, I'm just gonna double fist it.
All right.
I like turn to Akka and be like, should be more like her.
It's been a
Just
long
stares straight at
journey.
And he says, hopefully I should have some accommodations open up soon. If you'll take a seat at the bar. And he kind of waves you down. There's 2 seats beside the bird people you guys saw enter, that are available.
All right, thank you very much. Just let me know.
He gives you a nod, and now the 4 of you kind of seated at the bar beside each other, just chilling out. At the moment, things are going well. Like, drinks are coming, food is coming if it's ordered. But otherwise, for what you had heard was kind of a tumultuous town, it seems to be kept in good spirits. You're not sure if it's just due to what's happening on stage or if the rumors were exaggerated. But, yeah, what are you guys doing?
Can I talk to the bird people?
You absolutely can.
Bird people.
And I just turn to them and I say, I never seen no bird people before. Where are you guys from?
Can they fly, Mom?
I don't know. You can ask them though.
Can y'all fly?
We can fly.
Yes, we all fly.
Like, if I was to like get on your back, could you like carry me around and fly me somewhere?
I don't think that would be an easy thing to accomplish, but
Probably can.
You saying I'm fat?
no, I'm saying us Aarakocra, we have a hard time sometimes carrying ourselves, and
Yeah.
any more weight could mess up that balance.
Okay, okay.
You're pretty tall for a human.
Mason, check DMs real quick.
Gotcha.
I am a Goliath.
What is a Goliath?
It's just a big, like, just a big person.
So it is a human. I kind of like whispered to
Oh,
Akka.
I nod like, oh, that's what he means.
Yes, big person.
This is my son. He's a tiny person.
I'm little.
Jeez. What's with the mask?
He got into like a really bad fire.
I got burned everywhere.
I kind of like turn my head and my eyes kind of pin. I'm trying to like look and see like behind the mask, like in the eye holes and stuff.
Okay, it's really rude to stare.
My head snaps back up and I look straight again. I'm sorry.
She's not wrong, Akka. It's very rude to stare.
I'm sorry.
I mean, we look like normal people. You guys have birds for heads, okay? So, I mean, obviously we will stare at you. But...
Well, where we're from, bird people are normal.
Very normal. You know, we have like the blacksmith is a bird. The tavern is run by birds.
My cousin's a bird, so
his cousin is a bird.
Do y'all just live in like a big old nest?
that would be cool, but no.
Okay.
If y'all are bird people, why are there still birds?
I kind of looked to.
I just kind of like look over to Klee.
That's a
Are y'all like the
question.
same?
I don't think anybody's ever
Grow up.
asked me that.
Did they grow up into you?
No,
no. I can answer that one.
They're very different things than we are.
That's confusing.
Okay, Rocky. Let's just leave
I'm
these bird
down.
people alone. Let them drink their beer. You want this one?
I'm kind of like sitting and contemplating now. I'm having like an existential crisis. Of, like,
Yeah, you're like. I kind of pat him on the back. Yeah, don't think too hard about it.
Rocky, why don't you just hold this beer for my
Yeah, you guys see her slide a mug of beer over to her child.
I mean,
help him grow strong, I guess.
where we're from, we're drinking by 3.
Yeah,
It's true.
it's more ceremonial though, where we're from.
Of
But
course.
I really do like the fact that you can get alcohol pretty much anywhere if you look for it.
I kind of look around and then I just like tuck it under my mask and I just down it real quick.
You kind of just ravenously. You just gotta tip it up and dump it down your gullet.
You get a straw.
But yeah, you guys kind of see as Marak kind of just turns to the side and like lifts up his mask slightly and dumps a beer down, and then kind of like closes it back real quick and puts the mug back on the counter there.
Your little one doesn't have to be embarrassed or anything. I'm sure no one here is gonna judge.
I mean, they might. You never know. It
No,
helps
I don't.
sleep, though.
That's firsthand. That's not even role play. That's firsthand experience.
I'm tired.
Meanwhile, on stage, Briarwood, you are getting a lot of attention. And based on past experience, some of it may be attention you really don't want after you get done playing. As there seems to be a couple particularly inebriated soldiers who are like close to the stage, just waiting for you to get done to talk to you.
Oh, God.
And at this point, roll me another performance check. I just want to see how you're holding up here. We'll give you an advantage as well because you rolled so well the last time that everybody's willing to forgive a few mistakes.
I need that advantage. Okay. 15.
15, yeah. You're starting to lose energy, but you're still like, you are a performer through and through, so you're giving it your all. Still playing the flute, I assume. And it's going well. Everybody seems very excited, but as your set's kind of winding down, a couple other bards come up on stage, like they give you a pat on the back, like that was really good. Are you from around here?
Why, I'm actually quite far away, but I've traveled near and far. How about you?
I mean, I do the same as well. It's hard to make a living, playing music. We should jam sometime, by the way. Where'd you say you're from? Because I mean, you're different looking. I don't mean to be like.
I'm actually a solo act, but I do appreciate the favor.
I see. Well, if you ever change your mind, we'll be around town for a while. So, and they just kind of like are smiling and like as you walk by. As you start to step off stage, you notice like basically in each of the kind of 3 available corners for you to exit. At one side there's this large half-orc guy, another side there's a human, and then the other side there's a dwarf, and they're all just kind of like eyeing you, hoping you walk their direction. Where you go? What are you doing? Where are you going?
Can I look around for the clearest path not in that direction?
You can certainly try. Yeah,
Okay.
roll me a perception check.
Okay. 14.
I mean, you think maybe you could try and squeeze between 2 of them, but it's gonna require you kind of jumping over a table. It's kind of what it looks like potentially, or at least like having to dodge a few people. There's a lot of people kind of mulling about around the stage.
Can I see past them?
I mean, yeah, it's not so full. I mean, you're on a raised stage, so you can see over most of their heads, though some of them are quite tall.
I would
But yeah.
like to face step.
Okay.
Oh shit!
All right, where are you trying to go to?
Well, past them as far as I can go.
Okay, so it looks like you can there's like so just to kind of set the scene, it's relatively full.
Okay.
You can try and go, it looks like maybe towards the door, though there's definitely people coming and going. You know that you already have a room here because you got one earlier in the day. Your room is around the hall on this floor. It's on the bottom floor. It's kind of towards the back. You could make it there. What's the distance on face step?
30 feet.
30 feet. Yeah, you could probably make it just to the hallway there.
Okay.
Otherwise,
So if I see... Sorry, go ahead.
I'd say otherwise there is still room at the bar if you wanted to get
the
something to drink.
bar.
But yeah, but that's up to you.
Okay. Well, let's go to the bar then.
That's where the cool kids are.
Because I'll
There are some
obviously
interesting looking
see
people
some
there.
interesting bird-like creatures that I haven't seen in a very long time. So I'll go to the bar.
Okay. Suddenly there's a
Jeez.
as everybody goes, and then like suddenly starts clapping as they realize what you've done. as she suddenly appears beside you, Klee, at the bar. She's kind of at the end of the bar, like looking at you. What are you doing there, Briar?
And I'm gonna say, why, hello. You are quite the strange creatures. I think I have seen one of your kind before, but not in a very long time.
Yeah, I haven't seen much children around here either.
I'm going to like
You at this point see like a small child like leaning from around the bird people to talk to you directly, like just this masked child completely interrupting what you were saying.
I'm going to like lean over and like poke her to make sure that she's there.
Okay.
Like, it's fine. Yeah, we usually stay up in the mountains and everything. That was a beautiful set you had a second ago on the stage when you were over there, not here.
Why, thank you. I
You're
do
welcome.
believe birds do sing as well. Does your kind?
Not well.
Aka here has a beautiful singing voice. Isn't
Oh,
it?
I'd love to hear it sometime.
I could do the traditional songs of our people.
I just picture like birds screaming.
While this little conversation is going on, I'd like to eye up. How do you say your name again, Cody?
Marok.
Marok. Can I eye him up and
Sure. Roll a perception check.
see? 16.
Yeah, so what you can tell is that it's definitely something odd. You can't tell what's being covered up. You can't tell if the child is maybe like got a disfigured face or body, like maybe there's bad burns, but it's something weird's going on under there. You can just tell by the way that they kind of keep themselves covered and have gloves and a mask on, and a hood, and it kind of seems like either something weird. You can't quite tell
Okay.
what though, based on the full coverage, but definitely not usual.
Definitely not a small child.
It could
Something.
be, but it seems curious.
Okay. And where are you from, young one?
We're from like the other direction that we walked here from. Mom, what's it called again?
George.
We're from Georgia.
George.
Georgia. I've never seen that place on a map. Is it new?
Hey, lady, you sing real good. Why you ask my son a bunch of questions?
Oh, they're just questions as a normal traveler would. How is the drink? Are you enjoying it? We have quite good ale here.
I would like another two.
At this point, the barkeep kind of comes and says, "All right, anybody else while I'm over here? Anybody?" He just kind of looks at the now 5 of you kind of sitting there.
Just like awkward silence when we're like looking around.
Mine is like completely untouched in front of me, just sitting there. I haven't drank any of it.
My bird people would like some too. And the nice singing lady.
I'll have another one. He still needs to finish his.
All
Well,
right.
it's probably gone hot by now.
Yeah, he'll drink it hot. He likes it like that, right?
So,
Go ahead.
do you all know each other?
Well, no.
I know my mom.
I know Klee.
Well, we know each other. It'd be odd finding 2 of us in this place. But no, we just met these other 2 just before you over here.
Mhm. Isn't it a wonderful thing to find all kinds of new people and friends
gonna
wherever
like-
you go?
I'm gonna
I
lean
mean,
into
it's
Akka
okay.
and be like, "Are you getting like a follow you home murdery vibe from this one?"
I kind of like examine her a bit more, like a bit harder, a bit closer. Like,
Roll, yeah. Akka, roll me an insight check.
I examine her harder and closer.
Yes, harder and closer. What do I add on to that? It's a 13.
Okay, so if you look in your skills, so there will be on your character sheet, there's a whole list of skills. It'll be like acrobatics, animal handling, arcana, whatever, and then you go down to insight and add whatever the number is to the right of that.
So what are you trying to figure out though? Like, are you seeing if I'm genuine?
I'm seeing if you're genuine. I'm seeing like if there's like hidden malice there or something. Is it the perception or
no, insight.
Insight, yeah.
Looking for it, I don't see it.
It's right.
It's an alphabetical order.
Oh, there we go. It's a +5.
Plus 5? Damn, okay.
Yes. So it's an 18.
Nice.
Yeah. So, BB, you don't have any other intentions other than to be curious, or?
Yep, I'm completely genuine.
Yeah, she just seems, for whatever reason, creepily curious.
Okay. I think it's okay.
Well, if my head ends up being on a wall, like, I don't want to say I told you so, but
okay, all right.
With that, the barkeep comes over with another set of drinks for everybody, except
except
for Akka, and he kind of sits them down in front of you. Says, "So, what brings you folks to these parts?" He kind of looks at each of you in turn, kind of with a like suspicious and also potentially knowing look as he looks at each one of you.
Well, Akka and I are kind of on a pilgrimage. I can't really speak for the rest of these people, and the child, of course.
Me and my son are just passing through, and we're looking for doctor.
I see.
Nice save.
And what brings you? I'm sorry. Are you Kenku? I've never dealt with many bird people.
No, we're Aarakocra.
I see. What brings you on a pilgrimage to one of the potentially more disturbed regions in all of Ascendia? Why are you? It's not that I don't mean no offense. I just would like to, if there's any way I can help you. This is not necessarily the safest town for outsiders right now.
Well, we're kind of dropping through. We're not planning on staying very long. We're headed to the I don't know if you know what it is, but the Hollowed Oren Pinnacle. It's kind of a holy place for us, I guess.
I can't say that I do. So you're just passing through then?
Yeah, we might take a few stops along the way, but
we're trying to get there pretty directly though, please.
We're going a few detours as well, you know.
I see. Well, either way, I'm going to recommend that you be careful passing through. There's a bit of a power struggle going on right now, and I'd hate to see you get caught up in it on your pilgrimage. I'm a holy man myself. Pray every day.
Who do you pray to?
I actually pray to the revelers, and they've blessed my fine establishment with many drink and many party, even though, as of late, things have been a bit rough with, the aforementioned skirmishes and Ethereum mining. It's been a mess.
Oh, this, I think I've heard that, the word before, when we were a whiles back. Where's all this skirmishing happening about this Ethereum, just so we can be sure to avoid it?
Well, so each of the countries has their own mines that are on their just within their borders, but it is said that kind of more in towards this neutral zone and the area surrounding the city, that in the foothills there may be larger veins, but either they're keeping them secret or anybody that finds out about them seems to go missing. So it's hard to say. I keep my nose out of it myself because I like to have my head attached to my shoulders. So
the foothills. We will be sure to avoid that place. And yes, your god and aren't gods just great?
They've blessed me.
I lean in and I say, "Nice save."
Okay. He turns to you, Mara, and he says, "You're looking for a doctor, you say?"
Yeah.
Well, there are a few physicians in town, and a few more have actually come in just due to the war. But what's wrong? Is everything okay? Are you okay?
Oh, I'm fine. It's just my son. He just got burnt real bad. That's why he wears his mask. So we're just looking for a specific doctor to fix that.
He sees you waving your fingers around. Right.
I'm in agonizing pain.
He says, "Oh, I'm terribly sorry to hear that. I can have a physician come here if you would like. I can have probably send a runner."
We just no. The beer is just gonna help him right now.
Are you sure they should be drinking? Your child should be drinking. That seems
He's
awfully.
fine. From where we're from, everybody drinks. It helps
Georgia.
him to go to sleep.
No. All right. Well. All right. I'll see about getting a physician by because I'd hate for him to be in pain.
No.
I'm used to it.
I'm in agonizing pain, but I'm used to it.
Yeah. Roll me a persuasion check.
Do it, please.
Oh no.
Okay, well that's good. Hold on, let me check this. All right, I got a 13.
Says, well, it would be hard to get a hold of one tonight, I suppose. At the very least, I'll have somebody come by in the morning and check out your son. I hate the thought of a child being in pain.
No, we have one. We're finding, it's not here.
He just kind of looks at you and says, okay. In the meantime,
It's a family friend.
he looks down at you, Briar, and he says, thank you again. You raised the spirits of our establishment significantly. It's been wonderful to have you. Will you be staying much longer?
Oh, perhaps a night or two, whatever the day brings me.
I'm imagining like birds like like behind you.
Our wings both just open up for no reason.
Yeah.
I swear this doesn't normally happen.
This is new to me.
But yeah, so he just kind of gives you a nod and says, if you be needing anything for your room, just let me know. We'll do our best to accommodate you. And he kind of goes to walk away. Meanwhile, the five of you kind of sitting at the bar enjoying your drinks. Is anybody saying anything else? any pertinent conversation happening?
Well, we don't want to talk too much because we don't want to give away a lot.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Drinking our beer and being quiet.
if she's like distracted in her beer, I want to lean over to the little one and be like, hey, is everything okay? Like, is everything cool? She seems to not want you to get help or something. Are you here?
Okay. I didn't want to say this in front of everybody else, but I'm actually a king. My real name is Alexander Bonnersville II, the king of Riverdale, and I'm on a secret mission.
Insight check.
Yeah, go ahead. And Cody, roll me a deception check against his insight.
Fuck.
Oh, damn, real good.
12.
17.
Yeah. Nah, fucking kids just
Yeah.
yanking your chain. And in
Listen.
fact, as you lean closer, you're beginning to wonder, what kind of weird kid is this?
I'll say, well, Your Highness, I'll be sure to keep it on the down low.
Thank you. I might even make you a royal guard.
I would be honored.
Very, very good. At this point, I'm just imagining Briarwood is still just standing there staring at the two bird people. Are you have you moved on? Are you just talking or listening? What are you doing?
We're just
I was just listening and
straightforward
observing.
drinking as she's staring us down.
Okay.
Great. Hands folded, not doing, just staring.
Right.
Like, Akka, drink your drink.
I don't want to do that, please.
So at this point, what's your passive perception, Briarwood?
What is passive?
So if you look on your character sheet, it'll be on the left side. It'll 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear just some thudding footsteps kind of like coming up from behind you.
I will grip my drink really tight
Okay.
and just be ready.
Okay.
No.
You feel like a large hand, just like probably as big as your head, just kind of like clasped down on your shoulder bag. Hey, how are you doing? And he just kind of just has the awkwardly like kind of like on your shoulder there. Just this huge meaty fist.
I would like to twirl myself away.
Okay.
Onto the next stool beside me.
Okay.
Or like
Ooh.
Do we see this happening?
to face this person.
So first you roll me. We'll call it an acrobatics check. As you are evading his grasp here. And yes, everybody, you pretty clear. It's hard to miss. This guy is just clearly inebriated. Very large guy dressed in some armor and stuff.
Oh, hell no.
I only rolled a 6.
Well, he didn't roll well, but he did get better than a 6. So as you go to like try and pull away, he's like, hey, where are you going? You didn't answer my question. How you doing? What's your name? What are you doing tonight?
Well, I am quite tired from my performance, and I would like to retire soon after my drink, but these fine folk here have been splendid with conversation.
Oh,
Perhaps you would like to partake in a conversation with them.
well, no. If they're bothering you, like if you're busy, but I've got a place. You can
bothering me.
He's like, why don't you just come? He starts to pull you away from the bar. Why don't you just come with me and we can retire or whatever he said.
Can I
I'm gonna
intervene?
get up from my
I'd like to
stool.
intervene
I see
too.
this.
I'm already, let's get up.
Listen, she said she's not interested. Maybe you should just try to find somebody else.
No means no.
He kind of looks at you, he's like, maybe you should find somebody else. Bird guy.
Okay, we'll both find someone else. That's perfect.
He seems to still be pulling at her, like trying to get her. He's like, why don't you just mind your own business?
I'm gonna just straight up slap his hand down.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Roll. I need you guys to roll initiative, actually.
Oh,
Okay, all
all of us?
Yeah.
Intuitive.
Everybody roll initiative.
Oh, that's not good.
Ooh,
Oh,
ooh.
mine's not good either.
Mine's not great.
I got a non-natural 20.
All right.
11.
All right. So first. So we said.
We're over by the bar, right?
Yep.
Does the initiative have like an add-on?
Yes. So
Yeah.
if you look beside, there's a little shield kind of in the middle of your sheet that says armor class, and then beside that is the initiative bonus.
It's still horrible.
Okay. Sorry. Aka, you said 8.
I got an 8, yeah.
Okay. Klee, what did you get?
I got a 7.
Okay. And then the only
Her
one left,
points are
Mara. What did you get?
A 5.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna swap over music to something a little more combat-y. Nah, not that one. Let's find something better. We got better music than that. Boom. All right. So, as you go to slap his hand down, first of all, go ahead and roll me just Empire. If you could roll me just a, we'll just call it a just strength check. It'll be contested against his.
Okay, so that's D20 as well?
Yes.
Do we have to put our people in the thing?
Yeah. So put them. You guys basically were sitting along the bar here.
All right, so I rolled a 9 and then I get a +2.
Okay. You beat him, so you do slap his hand down, but that seems to very much piss him off as he then goes to reach for his sword. Marak, you are the first one to react, though. What are you doing?
What is he wearing?
So he appears to be wearing some general, like, heavy plate armor, it looks like.
Okay.
As you kind of look at him, he looks like maybe he's a guard or something, but he's definitely drunk.
I'm gonna go up and grab his ankles and do shocking grasp.
Okay, very good.
Right off the bat. Damn.
So I get advantage because he's wearing metal. Or yeah, he's wearing armor made of metal.
He is, yes.
It's advantage. That's gonna be a non-natural 20 to hit.
Okay. Yep, that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll you some damage, son.
Do I add anything for spell damage on that? Is it just straight negate since it's a cantrip, or do I?
It should tell you right beside. If you look at the spell in your character sheet, it should tell you if there's anything added to it.
I think it's just 1d8. I do 4 points of lightning damage to him, and he can take a reaction until his next turn.
Okay, very good. All right.
So I just go up and I'm like, and I just grab his ankles, and shock of lightning.
Yeah, you guys see as this small child like suddenly disappears from the table and just all of a sudden the guy's like just from nowhere just begins like violently shaking. With that, is there anything else you want to do with your turn? Do you want to move or anything?
Does he look like he's the only one that's like causing a threat, or does it
roll me a perception check?
Ugh, that's a natural 4, so perception. That's just a 4.
From your vantage point on the ground, no, you don't currently
Between
see.
his
Yeah.
legs.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Can I hide under my mom's like legs after that?
Yeah, we'll say you can if you want to move kind of around to the behind her over there.
Okay, I'll just run up and kind of get behind her, like, and then just dip off.
Okay, very good. All right, so that's the end of your turn. Briar, you're actually next in line, and then it's going to be his turn, and then Akka, you're on deck after that.
Okay. I would like to pull out a dagger and try to stab him.
Okay.
Which dude is it that's attacking? Is it this
Yep.
guy?
Oh, sorry. It would have been actually this guy here. He would have moved over. Boop, 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 boop. Get it in space. There we go.
So I'll just try to stab at his arm that's trying to grab me, I guess, or holding on to me.
Okay. Go ahead. Go for it.
Okay. 24.
24 definitely hits.
Okay. Pull him.
You guys are rolling good tonight. Good first night.
I could just picture this like, oh, we're just friends.
6 damage.
6 damage. Nice. Okay.
Yeah. And then as a bonus action, who's next in line?
Who you mean? Well,
Like in
oh, you don't know that. You mean who's beside you, or who goes next in the turn order?
I mean, who goes next in the turn
Yeah,
order?
you
Sorry.
can't. That's a metagaming thing. You can't know that.
Oh.
I just tell you guys to be ready for your actions, but like you don't technically know who's going to react, especially not on the first round.
Okay. Well, who stood up for me first?
The child.
No, but didn't one of the bird people do that?
I think I did.
Oh yeah, Akka technically.
Slapped him, and I said leave him alone. Leave her alone. She already said no.
Yeah.
Okay. I will inspire Akka with a little song.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Ready?
Like
I'm
soothing
ready.
or upbeat or what? What
Yeah,
kind
what
of
is
music?
Hang on. I need a hero.
All right.
I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night. And he's gotta be strong, and he's gotta be fast, and he's gotta be fresh from the fight.
I'm inspired.
He's
He's
super.
also got to be a bird.
Yeah, you are super inspired. I believe you get it's 1d6, I think, for my first level bard. So what that means, Akka, this is a mechanic that'll come up a lot because you guys have a bard. So what that means is anytime you make basically either an attack roll, a skill check, or a save or something like that in the next, I think it's 10 minutes. I'd have to check the bard page, but if you feel like your roll was not good, you can roll a d6 and add that to your roll.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so it's super.
That's really nice.
Yeah, super useful. It's basically like a nice like save. So at this point, this like half-orc captain dude is very upset and he pulled out his axe from his side, and he actually goes to take a swing then at the person who just, one, turned down his advances, and two, has now stabbed him in the arm repeatedly and viciously, by the way. Like he is just bleeding profusely down his arm at this point. All right. Let me roll. Oh, a 9 does not hit you, does it?
Oh.
All right. He goes to take a swipe at you as you duck to the side. This great axe just embeds itself in the bars. He's like, "Ugh!" And he begins to like try and pull it out, but he seems to be kind of stuck there for a second. He can't really do anything else. So at this point now, Akka, it is your turn.
All right. Well, I'm gonna start the fight out. I'm gonna I step up and I clock him in the I attempt to clock him in the side of the face.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
So if you look at your character sheet, if you're not familiar, there is for monks you get basically like a better than usual unarmed strike.
Yes.
And if you look under your equipment, it should tell you like what you can, or like actions. It'll tell you what you can do there. So let me pull up your character sheet, just so that I make sure I'm not crazy.
Oh yeah, no, I've got it up as
Or
well.
your quarterstaff. Sorry, I forgot you had a quarterstaff as well.
Yes, I'm gonna start with the hands though. I'm not gonna pull out the close quarterstaff.
Yeah, you don't wanna go. Right? Okay.
So I'm rolling a 20.
Hit him with lightning. Like, I don't know.
I don't want to like pull out a quarterstaff and get somebody's wood inside of the face.
Right. All right. So yeah, go ahead. Roll d20.
All right, and then what do I add to that?
So if you look beside where it says unarmed strike, you get a +5.
Oh, okay.
So whatever you roll, +5.
19 then.
19. Yeah, that hits. So now you roll damage. Beside it, it says 1d4 +3.
Yes.
So you roll a little d4 and then add +3 to it. Let's move you up. You're actually up engaged them here. Boom.
So I got a 2.
Okay.
+3 on that.
Okay. Yep.
And
very
then I
good.
get a bonus action to punch him one more time in the face as a monk.
So you can, but before you do that, you
Okay.
go up. Your first attack lands just right across the face. He's like just out on the ground.
Oh, okay.
Were you trying to kill him, or are you just trying to knock him out?
Just trying to knock him out.
Yeah. So you go up as he's like just got his axe embedded in the bar. You come up as he kind of like sees you coming. You just uppercut him to the jaw. The axe stays in the bars. He just falls back unconscious. In front of you, you see his 3 what appear to be other half orcs. We'll just knock him down back here. Boom, out of the way. They seem to now be interested in what's going on over here. As you hear one of them go, "Captain!" and they stand up. Like 3 of them at once stand up to start to engage you guys.
Rip.
Yeah. So at this point, 3 of them stand up. So you can now the way that the turns work. Empire. So you can do your stuff in any order you like. So you can move, then attack. So you have 30 feet of movement, but you can break.
25.
Oh, you have 25. That's right. You have 25, but you can break that up however you want. So you could move and then attack, and then move and then attack if you don't go without your, if you don't exceed your maximum movement. So what that means is
block is 5.
Yeah, so each block is 5 feet. So you've smacked this guy across the jaw, and then you see these guys stand up behind him. So you could now, if you wanted to, move up to them and begin punching them instead.
So what I'm actually going to do instead is I'm going to do like a jump kick into this guy's face.
Okay, very
Talon
good.
Style.
Yeah, with your talons. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys go ahead and roll for attack there.
Oh, that's not great. I rolled a 2.
Okay.
Plus the 5 on there, so 7.
Remember,
7.
you have inspiration.
Oh, I'll take the Bard song. Yeah, the D6, right?
So you can add a D6 to it. Yeah, certainly.
Okay, I'll do that.
If you would like to.
I'll add the 3 to that as well. So
Okay.
10.
Okay. 10 is just barely gonna miss this guy. As you guys see in front of you, Akka kind of like stands up. He gets his wings up for a second, like takes a big flap, and like these talons go out. But the guy like just barely gets out of the way, backing up, almost falling over one of his buddies behind him. And I think that's going to be it for your turn, sir.
Yes, that's it.
All right, very good. It's actually going to be this guy's turn here.
Oh, rip.
He's going to take a swing back at you. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so, ooh, that good. Does yeah, that's a dumb question. Of course, it hits you, but just in case, does 23?
No, of course. Big
All right.
Yep.
So he comes forward with his axe. Just, ugh. Let's see how he does. So he hits you for 5 points of damage. Is it like just as you're like do with your claws still kind of out? He manages to gash just the side of one of your thighs a little bit. Okay. But yeah, 5 points of damage. So you'll just subtract that from your total health. And with that, it is now, Klee, it is now your turn.
I walk over to this guy's body, and I say to the other 3 half-orcs, I say, there doesn't need to be a fight here. I'll help your friend. I'll buy you guys around. Let's just... I mean, look at the bar. The bar didn't do anything wrong. There's an axe inside of it. Come on. And I'm going to heal this dude and cure his poison. Which, would that actually cure his drunkenness? Because alcohol's a poison.
I'll allow it. If you're trying to cure his inebriation, basically.
Yes, I'm using lay on hands pool.
I will allow it. So as you go down, they see you like heading towards him, and they're kind of like you're apprehensive for a second. Roll me a persuasion check to see.
Oh boy. Mom, baby. Natural 20 plus 5.
Yep. So 25 total.
Yep.
Like they start to come at you, and they're like,
and I'm getting each one of those things, and he should be.
Yeah, he kind of pops as like, what happened? And like they're kind of like, yeah, I kind of was enjoying my drink. I don't really want to do this right now. As they 3 kind of like they step back, and they're like, one of them goes to help up the captain, like, are you okay, sir? He like looks around, he's like, I'm fine. Why are they not dead? He's like, well, Captain, there's I mean, it's a nice night. Like, why we don't need to shed any blood or anything. He's like, he just kind of looks at you guys, and then he looks at his men and then huffs and walks out of the bar at this point. So we'll say you guys are now out of combat for all purposes. The three of the orcs.
I'm sorry, it's what he would have done.
No, it's fine. So the 3 guys then move. They move down the edge of the bar. They kind of eye you guys, and they move to the other side there. And with that, let me change the music back. So yeah.
As they walk out, I cast Fireball on them. I'm just kidding.
It's my turn anyway.
I'm that one kid who's like, teacher, you forgot to collect the homework.
Yep. So.
Can I just look at him and say something to him as the people are walking away? I want to say something.
To the people walking away, or to him, to the guy leaving the bar?
Oh, he said
or to Klee.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That was a good job, but I was about to headbutt somebody, and I just wanted to fight.
I mean, you could probably track that dude down and
But
headbutt him.
next time, I'm a headbutt him.
I look forward to it.
So with that, you guys now at the bar, things you're getting weird glances from people. Is that guy and that guy just left his axe in the bar as he walked away. So it's just kind of sitting there.
I say, free axe, whoever wants it can take it.
The barkeep comes up. He's like, I think I'll take that.
Yeah,
he just kind of pulls it and like puts it under like you see like at the back that he there's like a barrel that's filled with like weapons that have been confiscated.
Does he come in here often?
Well, yes. I will say you picked a poor man to mess with.
From the looks of it, he picked a poor group of people to mess with.
Well, hopefully he sees it that way, but I would just watch your backs from now on. And anyways, rooms are available if you'll be needing them soonish. I can bring you another round, or if anybody needs anything to eat.
I'll take some food, but I should be fine on ale. How about you, Aka?
So because I'm injured and the pain is it's pretty substantial, I kind of look at the drink kind of haphazardly and I down it.
Okay.
All right.
As soon as you're done, I'm like, I'll heal you now. Like,
So,
after
You reach
down-
out, yeah. He reaches out like kind of a feathered hand and touches your thigh as it like begins
Touch
to
your
seal back up. How much you eat?
Oh,
How much
Oh, boy.
healing? How many?
5.
Okay, so yeah, so you should be back to full then.
Mhm.
As it kind of stitches itself back up. There's like just a small, tiny bit of a bald spot where some of the feathers are missing, but it's not too bad, not really
And
noticeable.
I don't heal his poison.
Oh, but he's not drunk yet.
Oh, I know, but he's probably like
Okay.
I'm pretty
blood
on my
loss.
way.
Blood loss would make you tipsier faster.
Ah,
That's what I
Yeah.
hear. I mean, it's firsthand experience.
same.
Yeah. So with that, like the bar is kind of quiet as everybody's looking around at you guys. But at this point, everybody's giving you a wide berth. The bar keeps coming back with a little bit of food, just bread and cheese, kind of things for you guys.
Ugh, food. And then I'll just like dig in.
I'm like pecking at the bread.
Okay.
Hey, say some for everybody.
Wait, is this like a a single serving thing, or is it like a huge party platter?
He said he just brought some out for everybody.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Here, and then I'll like bring some over.
Kind of like chase it with my beak, but it's fine.
Yes,
I
it's like-
can't reach it.
So as you guys are doing this, like this incredibly like other drunk guy stumbles up on the other and he's like, hey guys, like I saw what you did and that was like super cool, like standing up to the man and stuff. It's like I got some information, like if you want it. Like I know nobody believes me. He kind of looks around and everybody just kind of gives him a he's like, nobody believes me, but like he's like, if you want like a score, I got like a real good line on like I know where some Ethereum is, so we could totally like take, but like you can't tell anybody, so like keep it quiet. And he's just saying this all out really
As
loud.
soon as he says Ethereum, I kind of like perk up for a second, and I say, "Well, we're friends here. We'll listen to what you have to say."
He says, yeah, I can tell like 5 of you guys probably like know each other forever because like how good you fight and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But like like the Ethereum thing, like it's real big in town right now. That's probably why you're here. Like so I know of like there's like a map that I know of, like because like most people don't know this because they're not historians like me, and like he's stumbling all over trying to keep himself up on the bar, like kind of like hold himself up. But like so there's like I know of like where we can find part of a map to like the old shit.
Oh,
Have such a strange way of speaking. Do you hail from the land of California?
I've not heard of it, but like I could in another life maybe. I don't know. But yeah, like I could tell you guys like all about it if you want to like follow me like or whatever.
Well, why don't you bring this mat back to us? We'll wait here.
Well, thing is it's in like it's in the kind of near the Dwarven embassy, and they don't like me too much, so I can't get in there.
Well, why don't they like you? You seem like a likable person.
No, I stole lots of shit from them.
Yeah, that'll do it.
But like but yeah, like if you're in for like a big score, I could like totally help you, like because I need money because like they took all my stuff when I stole from them, which is funny because I stole Ethereum and then they like totally took all my stuff, but now
Well-
I need more Ethereum so I can get more stuff. So it's kind of
Okay.
funny how that
He
works.
sounds like an upstanding citizen. I say we hear him out.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Oh, are you drunk now?
Are you drunk?
You're drunk.
Who's
Yeah, I'm
drunk? Me?
super
I'm
lightweight.
not.
You're
I'm
drunk.
super tall. It takes a lot to get me drunk.
Oh,
He looks.
maybe
at,
I am drunk.
actually roll me. Yeah, you know what?
Rub him on the back. There it is.
No, wizard, don't.
I'm not you.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Empire, roll me a Constitution save for Akka since he doesn't really drink ever.
And birds are very light.
Yeah, right? 110 pounds. I got a 16, and then Constitution is +1, 14.
Yep. So
Oh,
far,
sorry. 17.
You feel a little like just a little bit of a buzz, but like you're holding it together for the most part.
Okay.
You're not falling over drunk or anything.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's just my affect of how I speak. What do you mean?
So this guy, he holds out his hand to you, Mari. He's like, you seem like you're probably like, he's like, you're the biggest. You're probably like the most leader or whatever. Like, he's like, do you accept my terms of agreeable? He like holds his hand out to you.
To who? Sorry.
To Mara. He's like, you seem like you're in charge.
The tallest.
Yeah, you're
Yes,
the
of
big. You're the
course.
most biggest.
I'm the most biggest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I is. I don't. What was your conditions?
I don't remember. Like,
Oh, me neither. I don't really think you gave any.
I think he was saying he was doing it out of the kindness of his heart.
Oh, like
you
I
asked me if I accept your conditions, and I don't remember you giving any. So,
well, I need stuff and like
what step? You seem like
Friendship.
a really
Well,
good thief.
I need like people to I can't get to to where the map is, but once that we've got the map, then we can all together, like as best friends, we can go and we can get some Ethereum and then make lots of money. Because if you steal it, they're probably gonna notice you stole it. But if we steal it from like directly the mine, like maybe nobody will notice.
Can I ask Mara? Like, I just turned to him for a second and just asked him a question.
Sure.
Hey, Rocky. Are you muted? Because I can't hear it. You got something wrong with your throat?
No, I was trying to whisper.
It's defeated. Okay. What do you think of this guy? Like, I don't even know. Like, what? Do you think we should trust him?
No,
All right.
but we
That's
should.
all.
But we should follow him and see what he's up to.
You just said we should trust him.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to trust him, but I still want to see what he's up to.
What do you guys?
So just say
think
yeah.
about?
No.
Just pretend. Let's just pretend like we agree.
No.
Okay, all right. All right, fella California guy. We will. I don't know what you need, but we want to find this.
Okay.
thing.
Yeah. So, why don't you guys come with me, like outside, and I could get you there tonight.
Can I do an insight just to make sure we're not walking into an ambush?
Sure.
Ow, my butt.
7.
I mean, he seems pretty earnest. Seems really drunk.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, I
He
guess
said-
we should probably pay our tab first.
But like, also look, he's like, this town's like been in a lot of trouble, and like, maybe he's like, I know I don't seem like a good guy, but like, if I got extra money, like on top of what I need, of course, I would love to like distribute. There's a lot of like poor kids that I grew up kind of poor, so like, I just want to help some of the poor kids. You know what I'm saying? Just in the town.
Well, if we find what we're looking for, then you can have enough to help kids.
Yeah. He glances down at you, Briar. He's like, you've been awfully quiet. Like, you need so like, are you sad or something?
Why
Oh,
not?
no.
No, I'm not
Oh,
sad.
everybody's shifted now.
Oh no.
Crash, man.
It's all good. I'll shift it around. Well, like, are you interested? Are you interested in money, or like, cause like we could get some. We get money.
I mean, not really, but I mean, if it's for the children,
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
I mean, like, obviously, that's the #1 concern for like everybody ever.
do you have any children yourself?
Oh yeah. Well, not really, but I have a younger sister, so it, you know, I would like just to see her be happy and stuff or whatever. But yeah,
Can I insight check you?
yeah,
This is weird.
of course.
Okay.
I'm all for an happy and
Oh,
healthy
that's-
group of poor people. But
5. Yeah,
we
he's,
should-
he seems to be telling the truth, best you can tell.
Mm.
we
I
should
think-
probably see what we're gonna be getting out of this first.
I think we like when it comes to it, we should probably distribute the money. Not to say that you're untrustworthy. but
Oh,
you drank
see.
like a lot tonight. I don't know
I
if you
see how it is.
spend a lot of time. I don't know you.
Oh, yeah, you do. It's me.
It's
you
him,
know me.
Aka.
What is your name, by the way?
Oh,
Yeah, since we know you so good.
Shows us what we
It's
need
me,
to-
your bro, Jack, dude.
Oh, of course,
Oh,
Jack.
bro,
Yeah.
Jack.
Yeah.
Listen, Jack. As a fellow child, I understand how the children feel. And how they would want it distributed. So
Oh.
I say that I should be able to distribute it to my fellow children because they understand better.
Roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
Ooh.
Oh, a 19 and a natural 1. So 19
19?
plus 24.
Yeah, that makes like super sense to me. So like, I'll just give you almost like pretty much whatever I find.
Okay, and I'm really good at organizing. So I'll make sure everybody gets it the right way.
All right. He's like, but like, seriously though, it's like it's not far. So do you want to just we go right now?
Let's go!
And I hop on my mom's shoulders.
Okay.
I'm going to like. He's very hesitant, like wants shit to go along. He seems generous, but in case we run into that captain dude again, I'm gonna just have my whip at the ready.
All right. Very
Just
good.
like playing with it, kind of like. It's whip noises.
Okay.
Well, bro Jack, it seems like we're all about to go on an adventure together. Let's depart.
Yeah, I love adventures. And so then he just kind of stumbles towards the front door there, and pushes it open and like stumbles out into the street. You guys following?
Aka, I swear she's gonna murder us all.
What order you guys go? Who's following?
I'm
Who's-
following.
I'll go first behind him.
Okay.
I'll kind of take up about 3 steps back, walking behind Clee.
Okay.
I'll be right behind the burbs.
The
Hey.
burbs.
Me and Rocky will be a few steps behind everybody
Okay.
else.
So Rocky's just at the very back there. So it as you guys exit into the street, standing there now with the sun down, but there are about 10 or so guards with torches. And the captain who you previously
Ugh, fuck.
fought staying there says, "Ah, that's them exactly. That we didn't have to go in. That was really easy." He's like you're under arrest for inciting violence.
Inciting violence.
Yeah. So as the 5 of you guys begin walking out, and the drunk guy's like, "Oh no, don't worry, dude. They're with me." And he's like, "And you're aiding a criminal. That's really good. This'll look good."
Did he tell you that this is all big misunderstanding? In fact, I even healed him. I don't know. Maybe his pride is hurt. I don't think I have anything to heal that. But I could try. I might find some oil. Never know.
I start like eyeing Mara, like waiting for like the headbutt. My eyes are kind of like pinning a little bit.
Well,
like,
can me and Morak actually like nope behind, like right inside the door?
I will let you roll like a stealth check. I will give you a stealth check with advantage, Morak, because she is basically full cover because you're walking behind her. So I'll give you advantage and yeah, Pint. So if you roll a stealth check real quick to see if you can duck out of the way.
Damn it! Oh my gosh! I'm about to just start.
I got a 17.
Okay.
I got a 3.
Yeah, so you kind of like trip over the doors, you kind of stumble out, and you're like, and you look behind you, and Morak is nowhere to be seen. He's just kind of, he's disappeared inside the bar
Son's
somewhere.
been kidnapped again.
And
It happens a lot.
he's like, all right, take these and these 5 and arrest and take them to the, just take them. He's like, this is,
I would like to speak up and say, these 2 bird men were defending my honor. That man was going to do something foul to me, and they just
Foul.
saved me.
Ah!
You are running around leaving scars
God.
apart and tearing bars apart.
He did put an axe in the bar. It was kind of messed
Go
up.
ahead and roll me a
I
persuasion
didn't
check,
fight
BB.
nobody. I did not get the chance.
You're not wrong.
So I had nothing to do with this.
Persuasion?
Yeah,
Sorry?
persuasion for you.
That's 20 then.
Okay. Yeah, he kind of like so there's another human captain with this half orc, and he's like, well, I think it's safe to say that if she felt threatened, that she can stay, but the other 4 of you, I need you to come with me. He's like, we just need to take you down and question you, and he says, Miss, if you'd come with us just to verify their stories, I'd appreciate it, but we're just gonna have to hold you guys for now, at least overnight until we get to the bottom of this.
I say, sure, just give me a second, and I'll start flying.
Are you gonna actually?
Yeah.
I'm 100% join that.
All right. So you got a lot at this point. A bunch of guys whip out crossbows to shoot
Yeah,
at you.
no, that's fair.
Yeah.
I'm 50 feet away. Just keep that in mind.
Well, are you 50 feet away?
Yeah, it's 50 feet movement speed.
I know it's a movement speed.
Yeah.
As it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. As it happens, that's fine. That's fine. Before I'm 50 feet away, I
yeah.
ain't gonna stick around to get arrested.
So the first one to take off is Klee, and they immediately let me count 4 of those hit. Let me see.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
This is bad.
Let me think. What is your total? Hold on, what is even your total hit points? I don't think I could roll low enough for that to not knock you.
12.
Okay, maybe I can.
Oh god. Oh, Vestra.
Yeah, I let me double.
Permadead?
No, not that bad.
Wait, what'd they roll to hit?
Well, there were 10 of them. Like 4 or 5 of them missed, but there was a lot of rolls. There's 10 dudes.
Can I intervene in any way to take one of the hits?
I don't think you have the ability to do so.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's how. What was your total health?
12.
Yeah, you took 20 points
So
of
you
damage.
see me.
Permadead.
Yeah, he flaps hard to run away as like you just get peppered with like these dudes all of a sudden fire at you, and you fall to the ground unconscious there.
You know when a bird hits like a glass window, like ding,
Some of the feathers like.
yeah, just the, yeah.
At this point, Akka, they begin taking aim at you as you see him fall to the ground.
I instantly dive back down and stand in front of him and pull out my quarterstaff.
Okay.
Just kind of warily waiting.
They have their weapons leveled at you, but they're like, the captain says, there needs to be no more violence, man. Hold on. If you'll come with us, we'll see that he's taken care of, but he is bleeding quite profusely. That was not the smartest thing I've ever seen.
Not the smartest guy he is.
Right.
Oh, birds, they just startle easily and fly away.
I told him not to use Windex.
Yeah, I've not dealt with Kenku. He says, I've not dealt with Kenku before, but I have heard they are quite dumb.
Ooh.
Oh, Quackra, first of all.
I don't know what you're saying, Birdman, but
I'm just kind of like screeching.
he's like you are not helping your case right now. Why don't you just put away your weapons and help carry your friend, and we'll get you
Now,
situated
now.
in a nice cell.
Let's not ruffle any feathers as I look at my 2 bird friends.
One of them on the ground dying.
like twitching.
Twitching a little bit.
All right, I'm gonna just prop him up and I'm gonna follow. We're kind of outnumbered.
Yeah, so you can at this point. I'll say that you have enough time. Basically, you can stabilize him,
Okay.
so he's no
then
longer
now.
bleeding out.
Yes, that is probably a good idea. Let's do that. I'll stabilize him.
Yeah, I mean you've got time. Some of the guards like have bandages to help you, but he's stabilized but unconscious at the moment.
Okay.
Okay.
As
Can
you go ahead.
Can I just kind of, as all the commotions going on,
Mhm.
I want to kind of try to nope out again.
I mean, okay.
Well, I mean, the birds are getting attacked,
Okay,
so-
roll a stealth check, but you're gonna have to roll it with disadvantage if you're trying to escape from 10 people
no.
looking at you.
Well, look, we was the last people out the door.
You're not wrong. They just still know you're there. Like you're a like 6-something tall woman
Okay, this didn't
with
roll.
bright red hair. Disadvantage means you roll twice and take the worst roll.
To roll best, if you highlight it and press the R button,
Yeah.
it rolls it real well.
Like spam
Oh.
the R button.
Oh.
Yeah, if you just hover your mouse over
Yeah.
the die, you can just press R. It's super easy.
Like spam
Cool.
it though.
Okay. All right. This is for real. I'm sorry. I didn't know I could do that. Can I? Wait, we're good now.
So roll twice and take the worst of the
Twice.
two.
Okay, the first was a 9,
Okay.
and the second was an 8.
Okay. Total.
What,
Uh-oh.
do- what do I have to add to it?
So there's a
stealth modifier.
yeah, there's a stealth. It says like in the same section, kind of in the middle of the page. It says like as your list of skills. It says acrobatics, animal handling, and so on. And if you scroll down a little bit, you will see stealth
I don't know where you're at.
on your
like the
on your
middle
character sheet.
thing on the character sheet.
I'm on that.
So down near the bottom, it'll say survival and stealth and all that, like at the bottom of the box.
I will check your character sheet for you and let you know.
Yeah, it starts with acrobatics,
You get-
animal handling.
You get a +1, so total you got a 9.
Is that just stealth? Because my stealth is just +1.
Yeah,
That's
so
fine.
so total your work, so 9 total. So you start to like take a couple steps back and you're feeling pretty confident they don't see you, and suddenly you bump into a guy who says, "Hey, where do you think you're going?" And two guys kind of
I have to go pee.
well it'll have to wait. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna pee myself, and I'm a big woman. And
It's a lot of pee.
It's like, well, fortunately it's not my job to deal with the pee. So if you need to while we're walking, that's
well, I guess I'm just gonna let it out.
at this point they kind of go to take your guys' weapons from you. It says they try to take your axes and swords and knives out from everybody. Is anybody resisting?
Well, we
Mine's
have
just like a quarterstaff. I use it to walk, dude.
Roll me a deception check.
All right.
This bird uses a quarterstaff to walk.
We
Yeah.
don't walk very fast. We're pigeon-toed.
You're not
You
wrong.
do walk slowly.
All
We
right,
bob
I
our
got
heads.
16, and then what do I add to that? That's deception, you said?
Yes.
Mhm.
Deception.
So I got 15.
Okay. You have a negative deception.
I
Nice.
have a negative
One.
deception.
They go to take it from you, and you're like acting like you need to.
My little wet eyes are blinking at them.
They're like, well, it is just like a stick. He's probably okay, right? And they're like, yeah. If you need, I mean, they don't walk a lot, I guess. So they let you take that, but they go to take everybody else's pointy objects, and you guys begin being escorted towards the holding facility. It takes you guys a few minutes to get there. At this point, what are you doing, Marak?
We're gonna
Alright.
slowly follow them, like kind of just like, and just kind of like slowly follow where they're going.
I like
Okay.
that this.
Better
yeah,
follow me.
Okay.
Jerk. I'm your mom.
So in the shadows back there, it's probably pretty hard to see a small child, and yeah, I'm not even gonna make you roll for that. As you begin sneaking at a decent distance behind them, they don't appear to be paying attention.
I have
to
a
small
walk
child.
speed. I have a walk speed of 30, so I can keep up.
Yeah. So they basically lead you guys to a prison facility. It's basically a small stone building and they take you down a set of stairs, and lock you all in a cell together. And your friend Brojack, he's like, whoa, that was like that guy's like so close to being dead. That was crazy. It's a good thing I was there. They probably would have like killed everybody. It's a good thing that you guys are with me.
I didn't even fight nobody. I wasn't. So just don't talk to me, bro, Jack. Okay.
And so you, Briar, they've kind of got you kind of in a like another sitting room, just kind of outside where the cells are. And he says, the half orc that was basically assaulted you, he's been taken off somewhere else.
Mhm.
And they like, so, ma'am, could you explain exactly what happened? Tensions are high, so I'm sorry. I know this seems extreme, but well, we're trying to keep war from breaking out however we can. So
I know you're just trying to keep the peace, and I am as well. Why, I was just sitting at the bar enjoying a drink with my friends, and this brute of a half-orc just put his large hand on my shoulder and pulled me away from my friends. He said, "Come with me, and we will tire together." I don't know what a tire is. I was quite afraid of it. And then my friend stood up with me and told him to leave me alone, and he didn't.
I see. So we do have plenty of reports showing him as being inebriated. Let me talk with a couple other witnesses we had. I think you're probably in the clear. I need to talk to your friends just because there was bloodshed, and if you could just, you're welcome to go back to the tavern for the night, or if you want to try and wait here, but it'll probably be until morning before we can let everybody go.
Well, that's fine. I don't really sleep anyway.
He looks at you kind of weird. He's like, "All right. Well, there's a chair there if you want to continue sitting. I'll be in and out just investigating. Let me know if you could use anything. But otherwise, you have a good night." And he kind of just steps away, leaving you sitting in the
I'll
room.
say thank you. This is so kind. This chair is just lovely.
Okay. And he walks away at this point, seemingly to go question other people. The rest of you guys kind of sitting in a cell there. What are you doing?
Am I still unconscious?
You've probably been woken up at this point. We'll say you got one hit point back.
Oh, it hurts. Everything hurts. Oh, this hurts.
Why did you try and fly, Klee?
I
Why?
didn't think they'd shoot at me.
They totally did, though. Like,
Oh yeah.
like a lot.
Yeah, thanks. I didn't notice, except all
Probably
the
on account of getting
bullets
knocked
that
out.
went into me.
Yeah.
Give me a moment, and I'm gonna like boof, like heal myself twice with
Okay.
my healing.
Okay. How many points do you have total?
That's gonna give me an additional 10.
But how many lay on hands uses do you have?
5.
So did you not use them all already?
No, I used 2, and then I'm using 2 right now.
But to be
Cure poison is one of the things, right?
yeah, but I think you have to use 5 charges in order to cure poison, for future reference. I'll have to look at it.
As a touchy creature can restore a number of HP remaining in the pool, or either cure a disease or neutralize a poison affecting the creature.
You would have had to use 2, so you would have used 3, right? Because it would have been a separate lay on hands.
Yeah, that's. You know what? Don't worry about it right now. So yeah, you
First time using this.
No
see,
worries. Don't worry
all
about
right.
it. It is definitely different from the way Pathfinder runs it. So I can see why that confuses you. So you're stable. You're not feeling good, but you are awake, surrounded now by your friend and this other weird drunk guy, and a very large woman.
Why all the long faces? I was the one who took all the hits.
I literally did nothing.
See, she literally did nothing.
Yeah, but you're like super scary. So like it makes, yeah. You had a really big weapon, right? So you probably
Look,
could.
Broheim, I didn't even take out my weapon because I wasn't even.
Yeah, that's racial profiling is what that is. Just to say right now because you're big is scary. But like I'm not scared because that would be racist. But like other people would probably be scared. That's what I'm saying.
Do you want to be scared?
Not really.
Is all our stuff taken from us, or just our weapons?
Just mainly your weapons. Anything?
Okay.
Yeah, everything else.
I'm gonna
seems
like take a moment and like kind of panic and like look through my stuff, and then
Okay.
I'll find something and then just kind of like let out a sigh and like put everything back away.
Okay. At this point, nobody's come. It's been probably 2 hours at this point. Marak, what are you doing outside? Are you just?
I took some food from the bar. I took some off of a couple tables, like some jerky or something.
Okay.
So, like, in a bush, just eating it,
Okay.
waiting, hanging out.
Very good. So at this point, I mean, it doesn't look like anybody's coming tonight. They seem to have all retired for the evening. It's pretty late.
Did I watch like,
Lodgings.
did I watch everybody like leave? Like, are they like, where are they at exactly? Can I tell if there's like any guards in that room or?
So if you're just trying to inspect, yeah, roll me a perception check for see what the premises looks like from the bush.
16.
Yeah, I mean,
he's in a bush.
yeah,
he's eating jerky in a bush.
So from your vantage point, there are people coming and going a little bit. It looks like most of them have left for the night, but based on your count, there's still probably a couple people in there. But it's difficult to know how many.
Can I do a thing
Sure.
with my thing? My
I
necklace?
think that's a different game. Oh wait.
With my
You-
necklace, he's in a bush, and I can talk to.
Well, let me see what the range is on that. I don't know if you can. That's a good question. So if you look at your character sheet and you go to your equipment,
Mm-hmm.
there's where it has the necklace there. Let's click it. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
So it has to be a plant you can see within 30 feet.
Well, how far away is he?
I don't know. How far away are you? At this point, I was imagining you kind of across the street. If you're trying to go look around the building more, you're free to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I was across the street.
Gosh, dog it.
But yeah, I guess I'm gonna since it's been like 2 hours, I'm gonna probably sneak in and see what's going on.
Okay, sneak just like directly into the building.
I guess so.
Okay, very good. Yeah, go ahead and roll a stealth check then. If you're sneaking, sneaky sneaker McSneakerson.
16.
Okay, yeah, there's a couple guards, but they seem to not be paying close attention. They're much taller than you, so you kind of like tick, 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 like just kind of underneath their field of vision there.
Where's BB's character at? 'Cause she's not in the holding cells, right? So I would run into her.
Yeah, she's on the way in there, so you kind of you see her sitting in a chair, just kind of like like just doing nothing. I assume. What have you been doing?
Is there a chair next to her?
I'm just meditating.
Yeah, there's another chair.
Oh, she's meditating. Okay, I'm gonna walk up and like grab on her pant leg.
Okay.
Are you wearing pants?
She's wearing leaves.
Are you wearing pants?
I guess I'd have like tall boots or something, so you
I'll
can
just,
like,
grab
walk
your
into
ankle. I'll just
those.
grab your ankle or something. I don't know.
Okay. Psst. And say, oh, you startled me.
Where is everybody?
Well, they're in the holding cells at the moment. Would you like to wait for me until morning? With
Wait.
me.
Wait for you. Where are you
With
going?
me, sorry.
Oh, okay.
And I just hop in a chair.
Okay. Very good. So yeah, I mean, as you guys wait overnight, hours pass. The three of you in the cell, like the guy that was with you, passes out pretty hard in what looks like will be very uncomfortable when he wakes up in the morning, sort of position. There's a little bit of hay you guys like kind of push together to try and make some sort of bedding or pillows for your head. It's pretty uncomfortable, but you guys managed to rest overnight. As morning breaks, a couple guards come and go as they see you there, Marok and Briarwood. They kind of like look at you guys kind of weird, but they're like, oh, okay. Seeming like you're causing no trouble, just sitting in there. About, we'll say probably 8:30, it seems like in the morning, a tall half-orc man enters with the guy that had assaulted you the night previous, and he says, "Oh, I'm sorry. Can I help you?" Like, he apparently has no idea that you're the person who was assaulted, as he kind of reaches out to you there, Briar.
He reaches out to me?
As in verbally. He's like, "Are you okay? Are you here to see somebody?"
Why, yes.
Let's see. Well, there was a. I'm dealing with an issue from last night. So if you'll give me a minute, I can help you with that after I sort this out. And he just kind of like takes the guy that had kind of assaulted you the night before. You could just see he's like keeping his mouth completely shut, not saying anything, not looking at you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he was the guy that
No.
assaulted me. Okay.
No, this is a bigger guy that appears to be in charge of that guy.
Okay. Okay. Well, can I change my response?
You sure can. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So he asked me, can I help you?
Yeah, he's just asking basically like, because it's weird because you've just been, your first thing in the morning, you're just kind of sitting in a chair in a prison.
Okay. Well, sir, kind sir, I've been waiting all night for my friends. They were wrongly accused of violence, but they were just defending me from the brute that you're holding now.
He glances over his shoulder. He says, yes, well, he looks back at the guy, says, go wait outside. And he kind of stands before you and says, ma'am, I'm sorry if you suffered any injustice at his hands. He's been reprimanded and suspended for now. He was here for further questioning, but I don't want to bring up anything. So I don't want to have you two in the same room. Don't want any more trouble.
Thank you so much, sir. You are so kind. But what of my friends?
Well, as far as I know, they're free to go after looking at the eyewitness accounts. I think everything checks out. I'm sorry we had to keep them overnight, but as I said, there's been a lot going on, and we're trying to keep the city safe as long as we can. And he kind of just drifts off a second, seeming lost in thought for a second. But yeah, if you'll excuse me a moment, I'll release them. And you wouldn't happen to be looking for any work, would you?
Well, what kind of work?
Well, just odd jobs here and there. It's just we're kind of short-handed at the moment. He says, he looks around, he's like, and to be perfectly honest, well, there was an assassination attempt on some of the ambassadors, and well, a lot of it's getting pegged on us.
We get to assassinate somebody?
What? He kind of looks at you for the first time and says, no.
Oh, thank God. That's really scary.
So there was an assassination attempt on an ambassador from Listoria and one from Asnildur, but as we are the big, scary, evil half-orcs, of course, things are trying to be pinned on us, and we would love to have somebody look into it for us if you're free. I don't know. It's just
We'll take it.
It doesn't pay much, but okay. He kind of looks at he kind of is ignoring the small child. He keeps looking.
Well, I will think on it. I would like to see my friends and speak to them first.
Sure. And again, it's just if you hear anything, if you could let us know. That's really all it is.
I will definitely keep my ears open.
Appreciate it. And he goes, and at this point, the rest of you guys have probably shaken awake, a little uncomfortable sleep there. Marok, how were you sleeping last night? Did you go to sleep last night?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably slept on Briar's lap.
Yeah, just laying across the chair. Okay.
Used her as a pillow.
Yeah, while she was like meditating.
Very just imagine like fluffing up her leg.
Yeah.
After all the events last night, my hair is turned silver.
Okay.
And my skin is much paler, and my eyes have turned light blue.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, Marok, you do notice like she looks kind of weird and different from the night before. You're not sure why. She seems to be like all different colors and stuff. At this point, the three of you guys that were sleeping in the cell have kind of shaken awake. It was an uncomfortable night, but
is everyone else up?
I'm awake and ready.
Yeah, but you really never sleep, so you don't count. Is the other person here up? It's Mora. Am I saying that right?
It's Mara.
Mora? Okay. I guess by your response it means you're up, but with words. I don't know if we've formally introduced. It's all fuzzy. Klee's the name. Then I'll like hold out my burb hand. It's like cold and it feels like you're holding like a chicken foot.
Nice to meet you.
Nice.
Please don't sound so enthused about it.
You are super happy, and I just woke up. So
Well, I'm happy I'm not dead.
well, I'm happy I didn't do nothing and ended up in this stupid cell with you guys, and I don't even know where my son is.
Perfect,
Could
and
be
we're all
anywhere.
happy.
At this point, Brojack, as he's now been called, wakes up beside you guys. I meant to mute that. It's so loud. He wakes up beside you guys. Thank you for the bits. I forgot how loud that was in my ears.
Oh, thank you for the bits. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for the bits.
As he kind of sits up, he says, with a completely different accent, "Oh, good morning, chaps."
Jeez, I forgot you were there.
Yeah.
What in the
Ugh.
Mother Teresa?
I don't really recall you. What happened last night? It looks like we had fun.
Fun. It looks like we.
Oh man, it looks like you had a lot of fun. As he looks at your
No.
blood-covered
I
stain.
kind of like
Yeah.
calm him down. I like pat him. It's like it's okay. It's all right.
Mhm.
Well, I hope we're getting let out soon because I've got to use the restroom and I don't want to do it in front of a lady.
Yeah, I had to pee all night. They wouldn't let me. So I just kind of peed in that corner over there.
Well,
That's
was
what that
Disturbing
smell
to
was.
see.
Well, I mean, they wouldn't let me go. So
Ugh.
well,
plus, Mr. Brojack,
yes.
you said you was gonna show us something.
Oh, did I?
Where
I
a
s-
certain something was.
Oh, I say a lot of things when I'm
Yeah,
drunk.
you talked
No.
about Alicia.
No.
Elise.
Ethereum.
Who's Elise?
Ethereum, that's the thing.
Yes. Maybe shouldn't have told you that. What did I say?
A lot.
Oh.
You were gonna take
Quite
us
a bit,
there?
actually.
Oh yeah,
Made a
that's.
few promises, too. We made a deal, and
Mm-hmm.
we don't like being crossed or having deals broken halfway through them. So we're hoping
Around.
that you continue to uphold your end of the bargain.
I see. Well, I would hate to be in more trouble than I already am. So, what did I promise? Because I say a lot of things. I just want to make sure that I don't do a different thing from the thing that you're expecting for me to do.
Well, you said that you could get us some Ethereum. It's some dwarvish place or something or other.
Oh,
And then
good.
you said that you didn't really need any of the profit because you were going to give it to the kids.
Oh goodness.
And then you
You're
said
gonna
that,
give it all to us.
and then you said that you'd give Aka here a nice foot rub.
That does sound like something I would say.
Yeah.
Well, I will do my best to uphold my end of the bargain, but I think it's best we don't talk too much more about it here. And if you like, as he's kind of trailing off that sentence around the corner, the large half orc steps. And he says, "All right, sorry to have kept you overnight. We just had to be sure everything was safe. However, before I open this, I did overhear from several patrons that you were talking with this one," and he kind of like nods his head at Brojack, "about Ethereum, and I wanted you to know that this is dangerous business. If you're not going through the right channels."
We were mostly humoring him. He was a drunk individual. We wanted to make sure that he didn't fall over and hurt himself. So we were hearing him out. We didn't take any of it seriously.
I see.
Yeah, where's my son?
I'm sorry.
He's a little boy with the mask.
Oh, he's right out. He's right out the door. Don't worry. He seems to be in good spirits. He's with your strange elf friend. But yes,
Nice singing lady.
yes, that's the one. I believe so. That is what
Okay,
that's what.
alright. Well, he's good. He's good.
So, I just want to caution you. Again, Ethereum is a nasty business right now. if you are wishing to access the mines, there are proper channels to go through, but it'll take a bit of work. He looks at the other guy, says, I have no doubt that he has a way to get in somewhere. There are many smugglers and ne'er-do-wells getting in, but we're trying to clamp down on that as much as possible. If you wish to follow the proper channels, I suggest you talk to one of the embassies and see if they need any assistance. But I will warn you, stealing of Ethereum is strictly prohibited. It's not tolerated.
We were not interested in Athalium. I don't know, whatever it is. We were just, again, humoring him and conversing, having a good time until what happened.
I see. Well, roll me a deception check real quick, actually.
Oh, God. Oh, no. It's a pretty big lie. That's pretty good. Let me see with my deception. 19.
19. Yeah, he seems to buy it. He says, well, if any of the rest of you, as he eyes the rest of you, if any of the rest of you should be looking to acquire Ethereum, I suggest you follow the proper channels. This one can help you, but you don't want to end up back in here. You don't want to see me again, I promise you that.
I want to see you again.
Are you my new dad?
He gives you a look up and down. He says, maybe when I'm off work.
Ooh.
Maybe you could buy me a drink.
Did you? I would be happy to. Why don't you spin by later this evening and we'll see what we can do.
Oh, rare.
What was your name? And he opens he's opened the cell at this point and waves you guys out.
It's Mara.
Mara, I do apologize for keeping you here overnight, and hopefully I can make your acquaintance under better circumstances this evening.
Damn.
Gonna have a brother soon, or a sister.
That's so
I broke pint.
Gotta be prepared for that.
I didn't think that he was gonna go for it.
Oh no, he's super into it.
Apparently.
Oh man. So we walk back to the entrance to this place, I guess?
Yeah, basically you guys make your way down the hall, past a couple other cells, and sitting in the sitting room there, Briarwood and Morok, just hanging out together. He leaves you there. He says, "All right, I've got to make my rounds for the day, but if you need anything else, please don't be shy." And he kind of gives you a wink, Mara.
Briar, are you meditating right now?
Not anymore, no.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I'll like stand beside Morok and be like, and whisper, "Your Majesty."
How did it go?
Well, I didn't die, so.
That's good.
And all the things they say about prison and soap bars, it never happened. So that's a good thing.
We try to keep our prisons clean here, and he's kind of sidestepping. He says, "Oh, I apologize. My name is Kurik. If you need me, I'm the captain of the guard for Gryden, and
Captain Kirk?
Correct.
Oh,
Yeah, you're correct.
heard that
you're
too.
correct.
Correct.
Yeah. All right, let me ask you a question. But yeah,
Tacky protect, but
How do you
mostly
spell Kurek?
Kurek. At this point, he kind of says, if you need anything, feel free to ask for me, and I can hopefully point you in the right direction. But I'll be seeing you around. And he kind of heads out the door at this point, leaving the rest of you alone. Standing in a prison in a prison waiting room.
Hi,
What?
Mom.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to see you.
How was prison?
Oh, I met this really nice guard guy.
Oh, the guy that just walked by?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
You two have a very weird dynamic. Just putting it out there.
I hung out with the lady.
Oh, she seems nice. I'm glad that you spent the evening with her
I
instead of.
think elves get really old really quick. Her hair's kind of gray.
She does look a little different. But I don't know. Don't be judging people on the way they look just because they change overnight. You never know what's gonna happen.
Oh yes, I do change my hair with my mood. It's been that way ever since I was a wee child, just like you.
Briarwood, was it?
Yes, but you may call me Briar.
Thanks for. I'm guessing you talked to the guards.
I did.
Thanks for that. It probably meant that we got a faster release.
Well, anything for my new friends.
I take out like one of my feathers and like hand it to her,
Okay.
and then I'll like turn to Akka and be like,
Hopefully that'll make her bloodlust a little less.
he's like, yeah.
I'll take it and just like revere it for a moment. A feather. How kind.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll take out a piece of my hair.
Oh no, you okay?
It's not a custom, Briar. It's okay.
No, it is what
She's
it is.
holding it out for you.
Okay. I'll take it like kind of like.
I'm gonna take a piece of her hair too.
Just without asking.
Yeah.
She's giving it out.
Okay.
She's giving it out.
Can I reach your hair?
How tall are you?
Well, I'm on a chair actually. I can stay on the chair. I'm still on the
Sure.
chair.
Yeah, you're right beside her. I mean, you just feel like a doink is like another piece of hair seemingly comes pulled out of your head from the other side.
I watch it. Does it change color?
No, it seems to maintain the color that it last was when it was on her head.
It's like silvery gray, right?
Yes, sounds right. Yeah, it's like a silvery color.
Do you
I
feel
turn-
older?
Well, how old do you think I am?
I don't know, but now you're older because your hair's gray.
The Brojack pops up from the back. Says, "Well, it's not nice to ask a woman her age. Young one, you'll learn that soon." He kind of holds out his.
I just like hits at home.
He's going to like shake her hand and like pulls his hand back, like scared for a second. He says, "What? What? Hold on. Roll."
He's sick.
He rolled pretty poorly. He has no idea you're a goblin. But he's very confused as to where that hiss came from.
Oh.
But says, "It's nice to meet you. You said your name was Briar, yes?"
Yes, Brojack.
It's canon.
It's canon. No, that's the
canon.
name. Says, "Well, I apparently made some promises to you last night, which I intend to keep, unless you have other methods. I would be happy to help you in your endeavors, as I also need money."
We should probably leave this prison or jail before talking business.
I agree. And he just kind of strides out into the sunlight. Seems to be a clear day, a little cooler than the day before, but otherwise relatively clear, sunny day. It is at this point about 9-ish a.m. in the morning. What are you guys doing?
Yeah, right.
I guess we're going to a safer location to talk with this
Oh,
guy.
I forgot to tell you guys. That big car guy said that we're supposed to be assassins for him or something. He had a job for us, something about assassins and emissaries or something.
Well, he spoke of assassinations that were going on and that we were to keep a lookout.
So we need to assassinate the assassins.
Exactly.
That could be interesting. What do you think, Akka?
I don't really know what's going on. I'm very confused about the whole situation.
Well, an assassin is someone who is hired to go forth and kill another person, and now we're being hired to go forth and kill the person who was hired to go forth and kill another person.
Kind of like
An assassin.
knowing goes on in my eyes. I'm like, oh, like it all. Okay.
Like a what?
Like knowing, like you see like a glimmer of like, oh, okay. He kind of like it all clicks together. He gets it. He's like, oh, okay, and he just kind of nods and.
Called Assassin.
Assassin.
That sounds about right. Wait, what's everyone's intelligence?
It's not
here?
great for most of you.
Are we all dumb?
minus.
Are we all just stupid?
Mine's a 10.
I'm a 10.
We're stupid, but we make sense.
You guys are
What?
all average or below, I think.
Mine's 9.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just
9.
we're not the
Assassin
smartest
sounds
people.
Yep.
Very feasible. Yeah.
How do I figure out how smart I am?
It'll
It's
be
your intelligence.
yeah.
I'm
So
very wise though.
I'm a negative
Same.
1.
yeah,
Yeah, same here. Woo!
might be the dumbest group I've ever run. It's exciting.
Dumbasses unite.
Ah, woo.
So at this point, Brojack looks at you guys. He says, so you all seem to be good fellows. So I assume you're one of those adventuring parties I hear about. What do you call yourselves? I'm always so excited and enamored with adventures.
Well, I'm Well, I'm Klee. This is Aka.
Oh, that you meant as a group.
Oh, he did.
No, I know. Yeah.
As a what?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought professional adventuring parties had names. I don't know. It's what I read about in the books.
Adventurers.
What did you say?
The adventurer.
The
The
adventure.
Adventurers.
That doesn't sound right.
Well, you know what? Now that I've inspired you, maybe you'll think of something. Next time somebody asks, you can dazzle them with your tales, and it'll be fantastic. But for now, do we want to head back to the tavern? I'm hungry.
Sure, but first you have to tell us your adventuring name.
Yeah, that'll show him.
I'm sorry. I don't. I'm not an adventurer.
Oh, well, now that we've inspired you, I'm sure you'll think of something.
You're probably correct.
Yeah.
You've inspired me in a great many ways.
I'm flattered, but you're not really my type.
Who knows? Maybe one day I could be.
Unless you grow, no, not gonna go there.
Weird
Not gonna go
non-feather babies. Yeah.
there. Oh,
Oh, big.
could you imagine a baby not covered in Nope.
Everyone else is like,
Like the
Mara!
head wobble.
Don't listen to what they're saying, Morok. They're just being rude.
Am I weird because I didn't have feathers?
Think about it and nod to myself.
yes, definitely.
At this point, you guys are alone in the street. It's gonna there goes a burb attack.
You saw nothing.
Yes. Burb's breaking the fourth wall there. Yeah. So at this point, it's breakfast time. But he's like, I'm hungry. I'm gonna head back to the tavern.
I guess we could head to. If it's not as busy, we could probably clear out like everything that we're planning.
Oh, of
But if it's
course.
busy, we
And come up with a name. I'm still adventurers. I'm pretty cool with
I just feel like it's a little on the nose or on the beak.
on the beak. Yeah, right on the
It's a
sear, dude.
little on the beak.
Avengers.
Headbutt squad.
Saying it again. You know what? Headbutt Squad wouldn't be terrible.
But nobody got the headbutt because somebody.
But that's what makes us the
Alright.
Headbutt Squad, because nobody had to, so then we all equally did at the same time. Think about it.
Whatever.
So he begins walking back towards the tavern. Are you guys following?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. It takes you guys about 15 minutes. Really nothing going crazy on in the streets as you pass on by. As you re-enter the tavern, it's much lighter than it was the night before, given that it's daytime. You assume most of the people that are in there at this point probably stayed there overnight. Yeah. You okay?
She's speaking Orin.
As you guys enter the shopkeep goes, "Oh, good. I'm glad you're back. Your tab is still open. If you'd like to close that out before you get arrested next time, I would much appreciate it."
I turn around and walk back out the door.
Yeah, that's fine. How much do we owe you?
Well, I've decided to not try. I think the guards covered the damage to the bar.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, and ended up renting out your rooms to somebody else, seeing as how you left.
That's fine. We had a nice cushy cell.
Yeah.
We stayed in jail.
Yeah.
Had hay.
Well, at least it was free. It would be 50 silver to cover the rest of your drinks and food for the evening.
I peed in a corner.
Oh.
I'll pay.
Very good.
50 silver.
Yeah, 50 silver total for just everybody. And
For everyone or just like
total
per person?
Total.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was that 5 silver or 10
Yeah.
silver each?
Yeah, he goes then and he says, "Would you be wanting breakfast, or is anybody thirsty?"
Yeah, I could use some breakfast.
All
That'd
right.
be good.
Very good. And he goes and he comes back. I need you guys to just who let's see. I'm gonna choose Hunter. You roll this time. Just roll a d20.
Oh boy.
If you get above a 10, you guys get bacon with your meal.
17.
Oh,
Guys, we get
We don't
bacon.
have to roll.
no. So he comes back with eggs and bacon, some little biscuits of some sort, and a little bit of ale and juice to pass around to you guys. So successfully rolled for bacon. So at this point, the guy, Brojack, sitting to the side, is just kind of stuffing his face. So what I had in mind is that so I can't get into the Dwarven Embassy, but if you were to get in, then I know I've seen it. I've more heard of it than seen it from a friend who is very reliable. Now, to get into the embassy, you might have to I don't know gain their trust a little bit, but I know for a fact there is at least there's an artifact that shows more of the mines, far more than we know now. And if we could get access to that part, I think we could get in and get Ethereum without anybody being any the wiser.
Thank you.
What happened, Pint?
Oh, you missed a whole thing going on in the background.
Oh, I've been purposely tuning it out, but yeah.
I'm sorry.
Do I even know what Ethereum is?
It
Yeah.
wouldn't even like go into the tavern. Like it was. Just,
Mara
like,
was doing
float,
backflips outside.
And it was like it was fall over.
Gotcha.
I only know what it is in theory.
Shut up. All right, so yeah, it was in the intro, BB.
I'm sorry.
So
It's like
Ethereum is like crystallized, concentrated magic, which can be used to upgrade like weapons and armor, or like create other sorts of interesting
Okay.
magical things. It's it's basically a very powerful resource. It cuts down on the time needed to make magic items and things like that, and helps you make.
Now smaller veins, and there's rumors of bigger veins, which is what the guy was talking about.
Oh, so we
I'm
want to
so
go
proud
get
of you.
some.
I'm
I was saying attention.
Pint you get an inspiration, and I'm giving you an inspiration to hold on to.
Oh,
So what that means is you get a D for, I think for me it's a D10 for now. So you just hold on to that. Just remember, we can check off of things. You get an inspiration die. So if something goes wrong and you roll badly and you want to make it better, you can use that at any point in the future.
Oh, thank you, Wizard.
You're welcome. Thank you. So basically that's what Ethereum is. And
Okay.
what you guys know is that everybody wants it, and because you're right on the middle of 3 bordering countries, it's essentially creating a whole lot of unrest, because they're wanting to get more than everybody else, obviously, because why wouldn't you want one of the most valuable resources in the world? So
Magic.
Azurite.
Magic dust.
yes.
Okay.
Cocaine.
No, I did. I was thinking it. I didn't say it, but I was thinking it too. It's the
And
magic.
The way that Bro Jack was talking about it in the bar, it sounded like he was trying to get us some drugs.
Oh yeah, well,
That is actually very fair.
it could be actually that. Actually, hold on. Roll me. None. All you all have shitty intelligence.
Hey, I can do Arcana check.
No.
Yeah, roll me an Arcana check there, Klee, and
Not good. Not a good. So that is going to be 6.
yeah. I mean, you don't know. Maybe you could eat it.
It's probably edible. Everything's edible. It just
If you're brave enough, yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's probably not going to taste good unless you season it right. You can season a rock properly, and that rock will be delectable.
I like cayenne.
So, at this point, Brojack leans over. So here's what I propose. If you can get your way inside the embassy, I can put you in contact with my guy, and once you're inside, he can help you acquire from a place that is secure this artifact, and that will show us hopefully yet unfound entrances and unmined areas, and then we can get in. I don't know why this map exists. He tells me, he's a historian. He tells me that he believes that back before the searing, they had been mining here for a long time. So perhaps when the searing happened, some catastrophe closed it back up. I'm not sure, but what I do know is that there's Ethereum there now, and we must go get it. So, once you get inside the embassy, I'm staying here, and I'll be here probably every day because I have nowhere else to go. But if you can make your way,
Sob story, man.
well,
That
if you,
explains a lot.
what'd you say?
That explains a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you can get me in, if you can get inside, then we can go from there, and I can absolutely make sure that we all walk away from this richer.
So get into this embassy place.
How come you couldn't get inside by yourself?
Well, look at him. He's kind of a mess. I don't blame anyone for not letting them inside.
Well, there was a small, so the dwarves were not happy because I intercepted some Ethereum on its way to be delivered back to their home.
You stole it?
Well, that's a strong word, but yes,
He
yes, I did.
appropriated it, just like we're gonna appropriate some as well, right?
Yes, exactly, and we're going to appropriate it, and we'll all be better for it, as long as we don't get caught.
That last part's pretty important.
Yes,
Actually.
it is very important.
Well,
which is why
let's
I can
just
no
say-
longer go back in because they will not be happy to see me.
Who here is not down for this plan?
Can I whisper to Rocky?
Yeah.
I don't trust him.
I don't either. And that guard guy said he had other jobs he wanted us to do too.
No, what do you want to do?
Well, we should probably see what the other guard wants to do too, so we just know our options.
So, either we're going to kill somebody, or we're going to go steal some things.
But we're gonna kill bad people. That's kind of cool.
I love your voice so.
Okay.
What?
I was just saying I love your voice so much.
Thank you.
It's so good.
First time anyone's ever told me that.
Get all
How about
emotional over there.
you, Aka? How do you feel about all this?
If it gets us closer to where we need to be, I mean, funds are kind of low. The pilgrimage is pretty long.
It would expedite it like crazy,
Because
actually.
all I'm concerned with is getting you there and getting you home.
Oh, of course. There's a strict time limit we're on.
Yes.
We need to go as fast as we can, but it is important for us to get some of this this material.
I kind of like warily nod and okay, all right, we can do this.
I told you, Avestris told me herself that I need to just get some of this.
If it's what God says, then okay, all right.
It's what
I walk up to Briar and pull on her shoes again.
Okay.
I just thought you could use somebody to whisper to since you're kind of left out.
Oh, little one, you are so sweet. I'm not really a fan of this bro Jack person. I do think that we would be serving ourselves better if we go and talk to the guards about the jobs that they have for us.
Yeah,
What do you think?
didn't he say something about the Imperials that we can get to? But in the other ways, like doing other jobs.
Something like that. I heard it did pay us a little bit.
We should at least talk to him, I think.
I think so
Kinda
too.
shady.
I want to go talk to the hot guard.
Okay.
just kind of like stare at her like.
Yeah,
oh,
Brojack is kind of leaning on the bar. He says, "Well, you discuss amongst yourselves, and I'll be here. If you need my services, I would be happy to oblige. Again, I really can't go anywhere else. So, until then, I'm going to go relieve myself, and I will see you all around town. Hopefully with good news." And he kind of steps away from the barn and walks away, leaving you guys alone.
Bye, bro Jack. Good luck with your drugs.
Have fun doing whatever you're doing.
Oh, thank you.
As soon as he leaves, I'm gonna be like, "There's also another option. We could turn him in. He's trying to do this whole thing underneath everybody's noses. Might get us some good money. Then we can get Ethereum the legal way. That's always an option."
Is there a legal way to get it?
Yeah, the guard said there might be.
Well, let's go talk to the guard. He seems to know a lot of things that we need to do and stuff.
Okay, keep it in your pants. Let's go.
Yep. All right. So you guys make your way back to whence you came. Once you arrive, you ask around for Kurik. He appears to have actually headed back to the garrison, but they point you in the direction. It's about another 15 minutes back, and it's in the you guys are actually fairly close to the entrance to the half-orc embassy, and they have a garrison kind of right up at the front there. So he is apparently there just on some other business. But you guys arrive, and it takes a minute of asking around, but then he does appear. He says, "Oh, it's wasn't expecting to see you all so soon. How can I assist you?"
Eric.
Mara, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good.
I just imagine her like twirling her fucking
Should
hair.
we leave them to
Who do we gotta kill?
He's kind of at this point. I mean, he's already very large, but he's like kind of puffed up his chest and is trying to stand real straight.
The little one said there was an assassin that needs assassinating.
Well, the problem is that it is assumed that the assassination attempt was ours. Of course, we know it was not, but seeing as how we're the big, scary, evil race, everybody likes to blame things on us. So,
Are you sure it wasn't? Because you didn't seem to have very good control over your guard last night.
Ooh, he brings a good point. I was pelted by a ton of different like bolts and stuff. It was.
in any case, should it be found that it was indeed us, it is still something I would wish to know so that we may bring the proper parties to justice. And on the chance that it was not us, it would go a long way towards relations. We don't want to destabilize the region due to false rumors. So if there is any truth in the matter that it was us, that still needs to be brought to light so that we may publicly, basically, there's no way around it, but these people will have to die.
Okay, cool. But what are we talking for with payment here?
Well, if you were to find something, I honestly, I'll have to check what we have in the coffers, but I can promise if you found hard evidence that there were other parties involved outside of us that had brought this assassination attempt, it would be significant.
And you're saying until we find that, we have a nice warm place to stay for free.
He thinks for a second, says, well, I could maybe arrange something.
Perfect.
In the meantime, if you're not busy, we do have other tasks that would go a long way in gaining the trust of the ambassadors, and I know some of you probably are interested in Ethereum. I don't know. I honestly, that is out of my control, but if I can get you one step closer, it would be towards the ambassador, and they would be the only ones who could clear you at this point to actually enter the mines.
I mean, we've never thought about it, right, guys? But now that you bring it up, I mean, that might be a cool thing to look into, possibly. So, we're not going to say no.
Well, in any case, if you are looking for work and money, and also to, like I said, it would go a long way to gain our trust, and perhaps in doing these tasks, perhaps maybe if you could uncover any greater plot, we would be much appreciative. But we are short-staffed. We're short-handed. If you have time, I would be happy to take you inside and show you what we have available.
You could take me anywhere.
I fucking knew it was coming.
He looks up at the sun for a second. And he says, "Well, I am technically still on duty, but if you're free, I'd be happy to show you around town."
I just giggle.
I'm waiting for like the fan art to come out of like, Era this half-orc dude.
Yeah.
Any artists in the chat?
Yeah.
Draw Carrick and Mora.
I'm just imagining him like leaning up against like a.
And her being like twice as tall as her.
No, he's not. They're almost the same height. Half orcs are
Okay,
tall.
never mind then.
That's why I was attracted to him.
He's a big dude. Yeah, they're similarly sized. I mean, he's maybe slightly bigger, but yeah, she's also a big girl. But yeah.
Stick figure.
Now,
Ears are pointy on the half-orc and you're fine.
Yeah, so
these other jobs that you'd mentioned, they good paying as well?
Well, they are tasks that we have kind of open at the moment. As you might imagine, a lot of people have come to town seeking riches, and a lot of them aren't finding it. So while we are short-staffed, we're trying to also help supply some tasks for people that way they will help us, and it will keep other people occupied and out of trouble. If you step inside, we can talk a little bit more freely.
Let's go, guys.
Yeah, okay.
And he takes you into a small room. It's basically got a table with it seems to be almost like an office for him. He says, "Well, we have a few people assigned to a few different things, but we do have a bit of a knoll problem around the entrances to one of our mines. You would not be allowed to go in, but if you could clear out some of the knolls in the surrounding area, we'd be very appreciative. It's hindering our mining efforts."
Damn knolls. What's a knoll?
A
And
knoll.
they like whisper to Ak.
Do I know what a knoll is?
I think it's like a.
Isn't like them bushes? It's not like a person, huh?
I'll be quite honest, we have no idea
it's
what it is.
So Briar and Mara, would you guys roll a nature check with advantage? Because I think you both probably would at least know of knolls.
17.
Okay. Yep. And with-
Nature.
yeah, with advantage on that one.
20.
20. Yep. So the both of you know knolls they can be a bit of a nuisance. They're somewhat like almost humanoid hyenas. Like they're bipedal most of the time. They stand up on two legs, and they're kind of almost a hyena dog-like type of
Ooh.
creature.
They're pretty fugly.
Yeah, they're not very nice. They definitely kill people, eat people. Like they're not nice at all.
Laugh the whole time, right?
They do have a cackle.
Hee hee.
So
Yeah. They sound like Pint in that half-orc dog.
yep.
Hey, don't you make fun of me and my Carrick.
Yo, man.
And he says, alternatively, we also have somebody along our supply chain appears to be misdirecting goods. They appear to be appropriating things and sending them off elsewhere. We keep changing things up, but I'm not sure if it's somebody on the inside or somebody that's very clever, but things keep going missing regardless. So that would be nice if you could look into that as well. So if you could figure out who or what is disrupting our supply chain, that is something else that we'd be very grateful for your assistance with.
Well, would you like to fight or talk, I suppose?
Are you asking him this?
Our group.
Okay.
Sorry.
No worries.
We're taking care of the gnolls.
Honestly, being in a cave kind of creeps me out a little bit, but if you guys want to do that, that's more than fine.
Stop being a baby. You have
It's
us.
where you us Aarakocra are used
Stop
to.
being a bird.
We're used to being in open spaces, able to fly wherever, and we get into confined spaces. It just becomes a bit much sometimes.
What if it's a big cave?
Well, if that's what you would like, he grabs a piece of paper and writes down a note. He says, "This is your contract. If you complete this, I will make sure that it's 1,000 gold for reward. It would be split amongst the rest of you."
That's a lot of gold.
Turn it
I'll
back to
complete
you.
whatever you want.
Does it come back to you, or do we turn it in somewhere else?
Well, you would bring it to me, and I would forward it. And I have requisitioned the reward for it already. As you can imagine, not being able to mine Ethereum is a lot more expensive than this 1,000 gold. So we're just trying to, even though it seems like a hefty price, we really need this to be open again.
Well, if our goal is Ethereum in the end, I think we should fight the gnolls. I'm
That
familiar
sounds
with
like a
them.
good
Is
idea.
anyone else?
I'm not, but
I am.
Oh, perfect. 2 of us then.
Woohoo!
We should be fine.
is there anything that we need to know about them? If we're
Yeah, I don't know what these things are.
Well,
So, Brinley, or sorry, damn it. Oh, different campaign. So,
Ooh,
yeah, different
Briar.
character. Briar. So Briar.
both
They're both double B names.
are.
So, oh yeah, that too. So Briar. Briar and Mora. Basically, what you guys know. Oftentimes, gnolls end up digging kind of hovels. And sometimes they inhabit caves that already existed. So it's entirely possible that they're at the top part of this mine and in the surrounding hillsides. But essentially, they're wanting you just to kind of thin out the herd and clear out the area around it. As you look at the contract, it asks you to bring back like the ears of 20 different gnolls.
Okay.
like
Yeah.
a little heart drawn on it, like for Mora?
I don't know. Roll.
Yeah.
Just asking, curious.
Not this time. He doesn't want to tip his hand.
Ah,
Yeah, he's trying. He's trying to be the confident guy. You know what I'm saying?
Just love me.
All right. So that is basically what you know, and based on the contract, it sounds like you
So
just
we
need to
gotta
go.
bring back the years of 20 different gnolls.
Yep.
That's it.
That doesn't seem terribly difficult, right?
not too bad. They've got 2 each.
Yeah, just
But it's fine. They're just humanoid hyenas.
and humans are very,
Oh.
very squishy.
When you say it like that, yeah, of course.
I mean, no offense to you or anything,
Bags,
but
right.
humans are very, very, very squishy.
None of
And
these.
you're a very, very, very birdie.
That is true. I am indeed Birdie.
We take it as a compliment. My feathers all kind of puff up.
Yeah, they're just like like the nicest compliment you can give up.
And very good. So he kind of says, "Well, if you need anything else, just let me know. I'll be here." And he kind of gives you guys all a nod, and he says, "It's good to see you again, Mara. Hope we can catch up once you've completed your task."
Oh yes, Carrick, I will come back to you.
You see him kind of and he like turns away for a second. Roll a perception check, Mara.
For what?
For what? Oh no.
Oh damn.
Oh damn.
It's not gonna be good. Yeah, I rolled a 2.
Ooh. Ooh.
A
No.
1 is a 3.
That's a big old 3.
Yeah, he just appears to have coughed, but he gives you a nod and kind of turns away.
But what did he really do?
Not sure if he likes you.
Who knows? Should have rolled higher.
Do better.
Now,
I want that to be a shirt too. Should have rolled higher.
I hope this isn't too rude to say, but are you sure that bringing your son with you to fight a bunch of weird hyena people, which I don't even know what a hyena is, like...
Look,
I can take him.
And I put my hands up, put all 3 of my hands up.
I like kind of like
Mage hand.
head. I'm like, oh, that's so cute.
I kind of look and I wonder where the third hand came from.
It's just kind of floating there. This kind of like bluish ethereal glowing hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just kind of like shake my head. It's like, okay, I've seen weirder things.
look, he drinks beer. He carries a dagger. He's my son.
I like just whip it out. I'm like, ah.
I think he's okay. He's fine.
Well, worst
Know
case,
best.
children coffins are cheaper to make.
Are you saying that where she can hear you? Too late. You did.
Can I headbutt him?
Yeah. Yeah. You sure can.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Yep.
I'm just gonna headbutt.
Roll a d20.
Oh damn it! I'm not good at rolling.
You can do it.
Oh, okay. I got 12.
Plus.
What am I supposed to add to it?
I think it'll. So if you.
Unarmed, right?
Yeah, we'll call that unarmed strike. So it should be for you. I think it's like plus.
Just strength. Right?
actions. Unarmed strike. She gets a +5 to hit. So yeah, you're definitely. So you roll a 17 total.
Yep, that hits me.
So you take 4 points of damage as she comes up and just smacks you
Oh.
in your birdie head.
No, okay, yeah, I deserve that.
I just lean back and watch. I'm not intervening at all.
Yeah.
Just let it happen.
How much damage?
4.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's just flat 4 for her unarmed strike. So
I kind of give like an approving nod of the sound of the.
yeah, it's a hard crack.
That is a hard crack.
Yeah.
Gah. Well, that was your headbutt you were owed.
Yes, it was. Thank you.
I walk up and I do prestidigitation, and wipe all the blood off of his face.
Okay. You
Ugh.
see just a little hand kind of like as like you feel just a slight tingle as you go to wipe the blood away and there's nothing there.
Well, thank you, actually. Makes it a little easier to see.
You're welcome.
And then I flip him off with the mage hand and I run out the door.
Yeah, I deserve that too.
Okay. With that, as you guys, Briar, as you're inspecting the contract, it gives you the rough location of an area just north of Keldan, explaining to you where this essentially knoll-infested mine area is. And you guys now have somewhere to go. We're gonna leave it at that for tonight, and we'll come back next Monday, and you guys will flirt more and kill more things. And
Woo!
but yeah, so that was good. That was a good first session, guys. You guys
That
rolled
was really good.
You guys rolled really well. I didn't even try to anticipate anything, but you still did things I didn't even expect. Like, but yeah, awesome, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and close out the show.